You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
One kid's mom would get ran over by like a truck hauling deer or whatever that they did.
I ended up gouging this giant piece of flesh out of my thumb.
But we got a fan of the Tim Allen here.
Jeff Dunham's super racist puppet movie.
And like terrible sci-fi hand-to-hand combat.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 291. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined by my co-host,
Matt Haig. And TJ May.
And TJ will be joining us shortly. He is on location, on assignment currently. He'll call in. But we do have two special guests this week. Euan and Spanky from the podcast Kewlgames Inc Vancouver, a very cool show about cool games. You guys want to introduce yourselves here?
Spanky, you gonna say your catchphrase?
Yeah, so I have a catchphrase, so I'll say it. My name's Spanky, at SpankyWorks on Twitter, but don't call me SpankyWorks, just SpankyWorks.
And I'm Euan O'Leary, and that's not a theory. I don't have a catchphrase, but I'm trying my best.
That's a good one.
Working on it.
Yeah, I think you're about 42% there. I think you can get it. You can workshop it if you want. For
we
a little
believe
bit.
in him.
Yeah. So, yeah. What do you guys? Why are you here? Why are you guys on our show?
What the hell? What are you doing
here? What the fuck?
Get out.
I was just looking for the mashed potatoes. I'm too lazy to actually mash them myself, so I was in the aisle looking for the dried ones, and I just ended up here. Like, why are you guys so close to the Thanksgiving food?
I was walking down the street, and somebody put a bag over my head and shoved me into a van, and I woke up here in this recording studio, and I was told
I think I can explain what happened. What happened was John and TJ and I were having a private conversation about planning for the podcast, and then somebody just slid into our DMs out of nowhere and invited themselves.
That's pretty typical.
Because that's a reference to...
I mean, we did kind of do that.
Recording controversy.
Jokes are always the best when you over-explain them.
Yeah. So we're happy to have you. Let me ask, do we want to go straight into Quizbot? Or because
I feel like we should wait for TJ to get here before Quizbot
I agree.
happens.
We'll wait for TJ for Quizbot. So let's ask a little bit about, you had mentioned, Spanky, that you grew up in a small town.
Yeah.
I want a small town off here.
A small town off. Okay, so I'm going to cheat. I grew up on the state line of Arkansas and Missouri, so I'm going to go with the smaller population of the town, even though they're basically the same town.
Fair enough.
There were 1,100 people in the town when I grew up, and there are currently 890.
Oh, wow. So it's just a little shrinkage.
Yes.
That'll happen.
So, I mean, there is a spring nearby. It gets pretty cool.
That'll happen. Okay, cool. That's cool. So I I lived in a small town as well, in little old rural Wisconsin, a little farming area. I was born in a city that I didn't live in because there wasn't a hospital in the city that I was born in. It was the town of Gratiot, Wisconsin. It's Gratiot. It's a French name, I guess. And that had 189 people.
All those French
Very
people
small.
that settled in Wisconsin.
Yeah, but I actually I didn't go. I moved out of there when I was like 3, so it doesn't really count. I get to use that as my cool guy small town. But then I lived in a town with 10,000 people when I was in grade school, and then 2,000 when I went to high school. So I got the full small town works.
Yeah.
Aren't small towns great?
I lived in the booming the booming metropolis of Wanakee that had just shy of 6,000 people.
Okay, that's not that big. I thought you were a bigger city boy, Matt.
No.
I
Well, it's been on I'm looking at the population graph on Google now, and it's been on a solid grow.
I just checked the population of St. Martin's, New Brunswick, where I grew up. It's 386.
Ooh.
New Brunswick.
Wait, do they make the bowling balls?
Levels of small town.
We should we should make known that Euan is from Canada, as evidenced by the New Brunswick thing. And
you have to convert those numbers from metric
population there. So 386 there. Who knows what that is in real numbers?
Yeah, it's probably 600 or something.
Yeah.
So. You had mentioned how many people were in your high school graduating. How many in your graduating class?
Graduating class was 50 people.
Okay, you beat me on that. I had 80.
You win.
So
I finished a solid 25th in.
Hey!
So I like
the class is half full.
Yep, I
That's
like
what they say.
Middle of the bell curve.
And
Yep.
you and how many people will you be graduating with?
I've already graduated, but
okay.
And also I graduated in Quebec, which was not in New Brunswick. I do know though that my elementary school in New Brunswick, it was an elementary school and a middle school, so it was from, I'm pretty sure, kindergarten through to the 8th grade, and there was less than 100 people in it.
And it was one room, and there was no heater.
Oh man!
It was taught by Laura Ingalls Wilder,
Yeah.
the Canadian one.
I have a question about New Brunswick. Where in Canada is that located?
It's in Atlantic Canada in the Maritimes, so it's sort of sandwiched between Nova Scotia and the rest of Canada.
That's near where they do the Trailer
That's
Park
a place
Boys.
I've heard of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nova Scotia is where they do Trailer Park Boys, and actually, it's like all my in-laws live in Nova Scotia, so I've been past the trailer park where they film it.
Oh,
He
nice.
is the Trailer Park Boy.
Oh man, that's awesome. Oh, I love that show.
I have a cousin who went to a pub and drank with Bubbles.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. And then he beat the shit out of him.
Topical. Thank you, Matt. Oh dear. So allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly he beat up my cousin.
That's cool. That's cool. So you've lived all over Canada. Holy cow.
Well, yes, because So the podcast is named Kewlgames Inc Vancouver because that was a bit in the original Kewlgames Inc that our podcast is based on. But I was in fact born in Vancouver. So,
oh wow.
So yeah, I've been all across Canada.
That's crazy.
Except the territories.
And
'cause
for the
it's too
Americans
cold.
who have not Google Mapped where Vancouver is because it's in Canada and is basically just in the ether up there to us, it's by Seattle.
Yeah. It's
Other
Seattle
side.
North.
Yeah, it's North Seattle.
That's cool. That's where all the people smoke weed, right? Vancouver? That's what I've heard.
I would think Nova Scotia would be more known for that.
That's true. I've watched.
Now,
the
have you
Trailer
ever
Park
thought
Boys.
of moving to Vancouver, Portland? Because it would just be like not much of an adjustment for you.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be exactly the same.
I would have to find a Springfield, Canada, so we could just like swap in like the countries but keep the same like city names.
Yeah, there's like a Springfield in basically every state, but I haven't heard of any outside of the United States.
Yeah, I think it's our affinity for liking to have so many Springfields. I do come from, well, I currently live in the largest of the Springfields. We have a battle out with, I think, Massachusetts. Springfield, Massachusetts and Springfield, Missouri duke it out for which one gets the more population. And I think we're winning right now. It's a shitty city. Don't ever come here.
That's fair enough. I can't say the same for the city I live in because I like it, but I've grown up in I've been to shitty cities.
Missouri has this problem where it doesn't have a happy medium of how to exist. The only city we have that's worth visiting, I think, is Kansas City, and that's because we share it with Kansas. Like if a city in Kansas gets too big, they'll fuck it up. If one in Missouri gets too big, we'll fuck it up. So we just kind of have to share the burden there.
Okay, well that's cool. I've been to St. Louis in Missouri, and Branson. I've been to Branson multiple times. This is the best place. It's the happiest place on earth.
So Branson is the tourist location of Springfield, essentially. It's 40 minutes away, just south. I do not like Branson, but it is fun to like touristy visit. It's a fun. I mean, it is designed to be visited.
Yeah.
But when you live close to it, and it gets near Memorial Day or any other type of holiday where people are crowding on the highway to get there, I have seen the highway get backed up almost all the way to Springfield on busy weekends, which is a 40-minute drive at full speed. Not
fun. You see Yakov Smirnov there, huh?
Yeah, I think he's still got a show. Shoji Tabuchi is another big one.
I saw Yakov Smirnov when I was there. I went on a high school band trip to Branson, Missouri, because there's a music festival, I think, in a college nearby there.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was fun. it was interesting.
Would it have been College of the Ozarks?
Maybe. I don't remember because
That's not a good place.
I didn't really care about playing my instrument. I was just there because I felt like I had to because my parents bought a trumpet and, I had to play it.
The only time Euan has ever been to America, I don't know if this is true, I'm just saying bullshit.
Okay, that's good though.
Is from
That's basically
band.
our podcast.
He went to a band trip in Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell us about that band trip? What happened, Euan?
I also played trumpet, and I know Spanky, you played trumpet. So how many of us?
Wait, really?
I played trumpet in high school.
Shit, it's the best.
No shit, I played trumpet. So basically, everyone on the show played trumpet.
I don't want to one up you guys, but I also played the tuba.
Ooh, I did not.
See, I switched to the euphonium because I sucked at the trumpet.
Hey, I played the euphonium. So I played brass. Full disclosure, I told you how big my high school was. It's not like we had an ensemble. We didn't have a lot of people to pick from.
You had a quintet.
One kid's mom would get ran over by a truck hauling deer or whatever that they did, and then he'd have to go and visit her in the hospital. And I had to cover his whatever instrument he played.
Okay.
So I moved all around from brass. So I was basically just the brass player, and one time xylophone.
I'm fairly certain TJ played drums.
Yeah, he's.
I think correct. Percussionists. So
we were in band together in college before I knew who he was. That's when I was playing euphonium in the concert band.
Be loud and obnoxious. That'd fit, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went down
all
to
trumpets.
Went down to.
We could have been a
DC
ska band. We just need to make friends with a trombone player.
Yeah, that's true. So that DC trip though, how'd that go? Huh? I'm not gonna let you get out of that.
That was fun. It was. It was funny because we went past the White House and we were all making Trump jokes. A whole bunch of the kids bought "Make America Great Again" hats. Ironically.
Oh, so this was recent.
It was something. Yeah.
Well, you in his first year college, so
yeah.
So they brought you down to the States to just how kids go to
the petting zoo.
No,
to prison, to, scared
Mexico
straight.
to build a house or for Habitat for Humanity or something. They're let's go down to the third world country.
Yeah, let's go to
you guys are all oh, look at the local customs. Let's buy MAGA hats.
Let's build a democracy slowly.
Pretty much.
We'll just wait till they build the wall,
the
North Wall.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, did you see?
Made of ice.
The Cards Against Humanities guys bought a bunch of land on the southern border and retained a law firm that specializes in eminent domain to make building the wall as difficult as possible.
I love it. That's the way to do it. I want to look at the Google Doc here. Did you fill out your segments here, Matt, before we started?
Oh, I sure did. With everything that I've done this week.
I did. Yeah, this is how we do the show live. I comment about how we haven't prepared.
So I can talk about the thing that I put in the Google Doc. I have a little can of cocktail to try. It's called the Slow and Low Rock and Rye, and apparently it's a cocktail that was popular in the 1800s. Here's what's in it. It's 84 proof. It's made with straight rye whiskey, raw honey, navel orange, and rock candy and bitters. So that sounds weird.
It does sound weird. You gotta crack it. Is it a can? What is this? A bottle?
It's a can, but it didn't open right.
Oh, you got one of those old. It's like one of those old pull tabs.
Oh,
those are bad for the environment.
Okay. It was a pull tab. I was expecting it to be like a pop cap kind of deal. Let's see what this tastes like.
There you go. All right.
That definitely. Oh boy. Whoa. That's definitely 84 proof.
Woo! I was about to say 84 proof doesn't seem like a cocktail.
No, that's like liquor. Vodka's 80 proof. So
yeah.
Well, weak vodka.
It's going to be an interesting podcast.
Let me. Okay, well, we could talk about. So you don't play video games at all, Spanky, correct?
That's wrong. I play video games a lot. I just hate them. I'm also
okay, good.
I'm also a programmer who currently is employed at a company that makes a video game.
Just one.
Well, I can't say much about it. It's mostly NDA.
Got
but it was a kickstarted video game.
Okay.
Say one thing that you can't say. Just say
one thing that I
say
can't
one
say.
thing.
Yeah,
Wait, no,
just,
don't say one
we'll
thing.
We'll bleep it out.
Say.
It's fine. Just one secret piece of information that we can unveil on this podcast.
Think
so
of a
that
secret
we can
piece
have
of
an
information
exclusive.
as a sentence. Give us one word from that sentence.
Okay. Give you just a second.
Sure.
Secret information. All right, I got it.
Okay.
Pineapple.
Say no more.
And it is not a random word I came up with. It is actually I thought of a sentence that has to do with something that I cannot disclose. And one of the words, and it was pineapple.
All right, pineapple. You heard it first. The first pineapple on a pizza game ever made. You make pizzas.
It's actually tiny slices of pizza on a slice of pineapple.
Yeah, that's true. That is the accurate way of doing it.
Did anyone else here ever work at a pizza place?
No.
I worked at a Culver's.
I worked at a McDonald's.
Did you say Culver's?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there is a Culver's. It is the second closest restaurant to my house, if you can call it a restaurant.
How are you alive?
Man. And let me tell you
custard
something.
and Butterburgers.
Yeah, so I'm an avid fan of Target. It is
you and TJ both, huh?
Well, the thing is, where I live, Walmarts are these like vast terrains of people who are armed, usually.
Oh yeah.
And Target is smaller and still has everything I need. So the combination of not wanting to walk anywhere and it being close to my residence usually ends up me liking Target. So anyway, right next to Target, there's a Culver's. There's one Target in my city, and it's right next to a Culver's. And I have to make the decision after just buying groceries and stuff, leaving the parking lot of Target, like, do I want to go to Culver's and get a Butterburger and some custard and maybe a root beer? Is that a thing I want to do? And I'll be honest with you, I lose that argument with myself more often than I win it.
Yeah. I worked at Mickey D's. So wait, Ewan, have you had any jobs as a high schooler or no?
Have you had any jobs?
I drew caricatures at a farmer's market once.
That's the most Canadian job.
And I have received $100 of ad revenue from my YouTube channel so far. That's
holy shit!
I can never get ad revenue from my YouTube channel because I was
he's a
blacklisted
dirty
years
cheat.
ago.
He's a cheater and a liar.
For my website in 2008, that my friend clicked on
your friend did it.
Longtime co-host. He clicked on the ads on it a whole bunch, and then Google canceled my account. And since Google did that, I can't monetize YouTube because of that thing that happened a decade ago.
See, I experimented with monetizing my YouTube channel, but because all of my music, well, the vast majority of it is covers, the amount of money that actually went to me was like $3.
It took me I started in 2015, and for a long time it was like, you have 1 cent of ad revenue.
Yeah.
But,
well, get those Spider-Man Elsa videos up and running. You're gonna be you're gonna be rolling in it.
All those Pez videos.
I tried to Google a Spider-Man thing today, and one of those thumbnails comes up, and it's never a pleasant experience.
No, absolutely not. TJ, you've joined us.
Apparently.
Yes, you're here. How's it going?
Going well. It took me a little longer to close my store. I'm still technically doing it.
Oh, you're in the store.
Yeah.
Live. All right.
TJ, can we get an update live from the store
that you have?
Like in front of me?
Yeah. Anything in the store.
The Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5 remix.
Oh, somebody likes Kingdom Hearts.
I do. I like Kingdom Hearts.
That's what I've heard.
Yes. I like it because it's the embodiment of why, so it's bad, obviously.
Thank you.
And
I want to like it a lot, and I like a lot of it.
Listen, if you have an opinion about a video game that you dislike that everyone else liked, you can just come to me and I'll tell you it's a piece of shit, because that's my opinion of. With the one caveat of, I think Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64 is the only good video game, but that's not up for debate in my opinion. But so Kingdom Hearts is not a good series; it's bad, but I love it, and I think that a part of my video game philosophy is that it's okay to love really shitty things. And I think Kingdom Hearts is a great example, because it is a bad, you take a video game series, Final Fantasy, with like shitty mechanics, and then you put Disney characters in there who, usually good characters, but then implemented in like really shitty ways, and then you get some like, jumping around and hit the same square button a million times to do combat or whatever, and then you've got a game. It's trash, and I love it.
It is. I had a really so my fiance is very into Disney properties, and she wanted to play a game, and I was like, we can play Kingdom Hearts. That's got Disney characters, locations, you're doing stuff. That game is hard as balls, and it doesn't tell you how to play it correctly. So I went through probably 7 or 8 hours, maybe like 6 or 7 of the worlds, without knowing that you could equip special moves. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know how to dodge roll. It kept telling me to dodge roll, and I was like, I can't. I'm trying to hit every button. You have to go in and equip it, and I had nothing equipped. It's like, why don't you just auto-equip them when I first get them? I didn't even know, because, it's a game from the PS2 era, so it didn't tell you how to do anything. And I didn't have a manual, because new games don't have manuals, TJ. It's your fault.
That's my fault?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the industry.
Well,
you're the man.
Here's your issue. You didn't start with the best Kingdom Hearts game, because the best one is the card game.
Oh, I don't think so.
Chain of Memories is amazing.
I have a vivid memory of myself at age, 14 or whatever I was whenever the first one came out, and the Tarzan world is a lot of browns and greens. I am horribly colorblind. And there is this section after you fight a cougar boss, and the animal, not like a lewd older woman.
Courtney Cox.
Yeah, Courtney Cox
from Cougar Town.
And you're supposed to go off behind it, but I guess it's only easy to see where you're supposed to go if you can differentiate the darker and lighter greens, and I couldn't. So I have a vivid memory of myself just for hours and hours running around every other location I knew of in the Tarzan world and just giving up before.
Yeah, that was a mess. What a complicated web of tunnels you have to go through in that level. Yeah, it's not a great game. It's enjoyable though when it is, and it's got
I love it. I have
Disney characters.
I love listening to the soundtrack. I love playing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I love about it, but I have to be the voice of negativity in the world. I feel like
no one else is negative.
No one else is negative.
Yes.
Well,
there's a significant lack of negativity on the internet.
Exclusively negative.
True.
Are you sure about that?
Well, yeah, because everyone's pulling a random example out of my head here. It's My Little Pony. That's awful, super bad. But I super love my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or whatever. No, I hate them both. They're both bad.
Okay, so that's good.
I have to be that voice. I have to be the unbiased voice of negativity in the world.
So we've been talking about this a lot behind the scenes, and I think now is a good time to announce it live on the air. We have a new weekly segment that's going to be happening every week called Spanky Hates It Too. So you can all look forward to that.
Yeah, send in a thing that you hate, and we'll get Spanky in, and he will say that he hates it as well, and that'll be the end of the segment.
It's going to be unpopular opinions, where we get that catharsis of someone else sharing your love or hate.
But you don't even comment.
But
on
it's
it.
always hate.
You just agree.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to.
It's that fucking sucks.
Let me go to twitter.com to get our first one for this segment. All right, we've got a guy here from twitter.com. He's writing why
twitter.com
I hate
is that a new
white
website?
People don't own everything. Okay, so what do you think about that?
Yeah, that sucks. Fuck that.
I'm sorry. That seems to be all over Twitter. So that was the first one that came up.
Yeah, you'll find that.
Yeah.
I've found.
So what we do have a segment to segue here that we did with guests, with the illustrious roster of guests that we've had on this podcast, mostly people we know. One person who's a famous person.
Yes,
but
that we keep milking
so
that
that
guest appearance forever.
I can't milk it anymore. It's been over 5 years.
It makes us feel validated,
right?
so we talk about it constantly.
It was at least 4 years as the
it was a long
resident
time
historian.
ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, resident historian. So let's do Quizbot.
Hold on,
Quizbot,
I can't find my sound. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. Here we go. Okay, Quizbot's here.
Thank you, Quizbot, for printing out the questions. Quizbot's going to just be some random questions. These are from the list of the most important questions of the world, as determined by all of the question masters of the world.
We have a large staff of question masters that go over all of this.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with question number 22, and then Matt will give the next question. Thank you. And TJ will have the one after that, and we'll go through them. You will answer these questions. We'll discuss, and we'll move on. Okay, here we go. Number 22. TJ is ruining everything. What's going on?
I'm locking my door. I'm locking my door.
Quizbot. It's Quizbot. He's fighting Quizbot.
Don't knock over the wall of Funko Pops.
Oh yeah, they're doing so well.
Hang on, I'll mute. You guys get started.
Okay. Here we are. Number 22. Would you rather be a member of your favorite band or a co-star with your favorite actor or actress? We'll start with Euan.
Okay, so
Euan.
my favorite band is Ninja Sex Party, so I don't think it's legal or like comfortable for anyone if I was to be.
I mean, you're a youth, so your favorite musician's a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Back in my day, I had to get CDs at the Shopco and listen to.
When I was in college, I discovered all my fresh new bands on MySpace.
Oh yeah. Okay, so not Ninja Sex Party.
No. So act alongside my favorite actor is the other option?
Yes. Or
Okay.
actress.
Okay.
I don't want to discriminate.
Do they have to be alive?
No. No.
Okay. Because it may be Buster Keaton.
Buster Keaton.
I really like Buster Keaton.
It's good too. You don't have to talk, or you can do all the talking.
Or actually, maybe I could be in a Jackie Chan movie and I'd just be the guy that gets beat up by Jackie Chan. I'd be down with that.
Okay. Fame and fortune.
I'd have that on my resume. Got beat up by Jackie Chan in a movie.
I like it.
Spanky, how you got anything better than what I got?
So I want to say that my favorite, the actor or actress that I'm thinking about it going to my head. Hollywood seems like a place I don't want to go right now. But I absolutely this is 100% already decided in my head. My favorite band is Daft Punk. So there is nothing at all not cool about being a robot. But caveat, there's those are the two coolest robots. So like the question is, do I just assimilate into like the hive mind of being the robot? In which case I don't have like the free will, and it's kind of boring. Second, I kill one of them, or deactivate them, and then
that's how you do it. If
and then I would become Locutus from Star Trek: The Next Generation. Whenever Picard became part of the Borg.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm thinking if I had the opportunity, I would be Borg version of one of the Daft Punk robots.
Now you do also have to become French. So is that okay with you?
Euan is a Canada.
Je suis une I don't know if it's that's the hardest thing about French, is that suddenly everything has a gender for zero reasons.
So do you
Je
have
suis
to
la
speak
jeune
French?
fille. That's right. That's
Yeah.
French they're speaking.
I live in Quebec, so I've been forced to learn French in all of my education. I'm bad at it. I'm very bad at it.
I like that. I just want to highlight on the Twitch here that TJ is driving currently, and he's got the good camera angle. He is still muted, though, so I don't know if he knows that he's muted. I just wanted to make him aware of that fact.
I definitely knew I was muted.
Okay, good.
Especially because I'm gonna have to get out of the car in just a second.
Okay, Action Podcast. You can go back to muting.
TJ, can we get some road updates from Illinois for anyone, any of our listeners that may be driving in Illinois about a week ago?
Yeah, it's fucking wet.
Heck yeah. You said it. All right. Let me think for my answer to this question here. Oh boy, I figured I should have thought about this when I wrote, or I didn't write the question. Sorry, these came from
Quizbot
the
wrote
Quizmaster General himself through Quizbot.
Jeff Sessions.
I'm hearing these for the first time. I mean, when it comes down to this question, it's like, would you rather be in a band and famous, or a movie star, or in a movie? I don't know. I think I'd go with a band. That seems more laid back. Let me think of a cool band. Because I hate like crowds and people, so I probably wouldn't want to be in like a rock band. I'd want to be, but that'd be fun. But I don't know, because do you listen to the Canadian band Stars? I think they're one of my favorite bands. They're very emo.
I don't, but I'm down with emo bands.
They're from I forget where in Canada they're from. Anyway, I'd be in that band because they just they play like synth poppy music. And I play the tambourine or something because I don't think a trumpet would work with synth pop.
Tambourine goes so well with synth pop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you never know. I could just be there. I could be like I forget. Have you? Oh my God! I'm gonna ask if you've seen the movie Dig, about Brian Jonestown Massacre. They have a guy in that band that literally just stands around and does nothing and like maybe hits a tambourine. I want to be that guy and just go with the band on tour. And like meet cool people and visit. So Matt, what about you? You're in a band, right?
Me and my computer are in a band together. Mm-hmm. I would be in Pinkerton era Weezer until Rivers Cuomo drove me away with his crazy mental issues. But I feel like I would fit in. I like sweaters. I like garagey distortion sounds. And I like thick black rimmed glasses, so I think I'd fit in.
That's good. All right, Matt, do you want to get the next question from Quizbot here?
Number 9. Does Quizbot number 9? Number 9? Number 9?
Thank you, Quizbot.
What is your worst personal injury?
So are we going to be doing these in the same order every time?
I think so. Okay. Or I could start if you need some time.
Right, okay.
Because I have a good one.
Yeah, because I'm really not sure.
John's got a ton of emotional injuries.
Yeah. So there's this one time in 8th grade, and I wanted to go to the dance. No. I have 2 worst injuries, I think. Actually, I've only I broke my toes before, but those are, you always break your toes and shit, so... Mm-hmm. I broke my finger in 2nd grade when a door slammed on it. That was pretty bad, but it was cool because it was my middle finger. So when you're like a little kid, you're just like, look, I broke my finger. So that one's bad. I did cut off most of my fingernail on this finger earlier when I was chopping lettuce this year. So that was pretty bad. So, but I'd have to say the slamming the finger breaking was pretty bad because I was like 8. And I could not handle it. So, whereas when I cut my finger off here, I thought I'd lost a bit of my finger, and I was in pain, but I wasn't screaming, running around in a classroom with blood everywhere. So, that was probably worse.
Yeah, I have, like, no major injuries at all. I've never broken anything. The only thing that comes to mind is once when I was maybe 9 or 10, I picked up a rock that had been in a fire and burnt my hand.
No.
That's as bad as it gets.
Okay.
And then I had like a pussy like burn mark on my finger for like a month. That's it's as bad as it got for me.
You need to live life like this guy.
Yeah, you need to come down to Missouri and I'll beat the shit out of you.
Okay. third one today.
So
All right.
I'm thinking back on all the injuries I've had, and I've been sick, like really, really sick a lot. So like usually most of my incapacitations are like just from illness and not from me doing something to cause myself harm. But earlier I don't know if it's my worst ever, but in recent memory, earlier this year, I believe at the end of January, I was on my way to work, and I stepped off my deck and just like completely stepped sideways onto my ankle and sprained the absolute shit out of it. Like there was a loud pop, and I just fell flat on my face. And that was immediately like the most pain I had ever felt, just like all of a sudden. But then like it didn't hurt that bad continuing. It was just like if I touch or move it, it's very painful. But if I don't touch it, then it's like I'm okay. The problem was it's like it's like below freezing. I'm outside. I'm laying on my front lawn on my way to my vehicle to get to work, and it's like the only thing I can do is either get up and go inside or get to my vehicle and go to work. And I made the decision to do the latter because I am poor and needed to get money.
I see it.
Yay, America! So I haven't
In Canada,
had any.
You can just wait for 6 months to get that looked at, right? Yeah. That's what we're told.
Yeah, that's how it works.
It takes forever to get anything.
I haven't had any super terrible injuries, so I'll just go through a couple of less terrible
Minor
ones.
scrapes.
I had in one of my dorm rooms in college, I had one of those shitty like Target mirrors that's basically like the backing is just cardboard and it has like a plastic frame. So I had one of those up on like a cabinet, and it slid off one time and landed on my toe. And either it must have fractured that toe or something. I didn't get it checked out, but I had to have it splinted up for a couple of weeks. And I didn't learn from that because the dorm had concrete floors. So another time it slid off, landed on the floor, broke off at a 45-degree angle, bounced up, and landed in my foot.
What are you doing?
It was rough times. What else?
Was this when you were roommates with Mercury?
So that was when in college we were roommates for like a summer or something, and then he moved out. That was in that on-campus apartment. I was roommates with a person who has since become a burlesque dancer named Mercury Stardust. So that is what we call him now.
That was not his name at the time.
Yeah.
He was Mercury, formerly known as Tyler.
Yes.
But he is Mercury now.
What else has happened to me?
Nothing, apparently.
No, nothing.
You guys are all
really.
babies.
Just lots of cuts.
I totaled my car
here's one.
and I
Here's
forgot
one.
about
Here's one
it.
that's bad.
I forgot about that accident injury. I guess I'm just clumsy.
So I had this like ceramic mug, like
Oh, you
this
told
real
me
thick
about this.
ceramic, and I didn't have a travel mug for my coffee, so I had it in my car. I was bringing it out after a hard day at work, a hard day in the warehouse, and I dropped it, and it was winter, and I picked up all the shattered pieces, and I was holding it, and then since it was winter, I slipped on some ice, and I started to drop it again, and instead of just letting it go like a smart person, I like had this impulse reaction to grab at the pieces, and I ended up gouging this giant piece of flesh out of my thumb. And so I just I held it tight, and then I remember when I got into the apartment, I looked at it, and I noticed that the piece of flesh that was hanging off had fingerprints, and that really, really upset me at the time.
You're giving me the giblies here as I just cut off part of my finger, and I'm flashing back.
I feel like I should have been injured way more than I was.
Got lucky. Time will come.
So, like, for example, my first job was as a gravedigger, and
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You should have led with that.
I mean, I guess it's weird because, like, to me, it's not weird because that was just my first job. But So I worked with my
Well,
father.
and in real life, it's like you've got a backhoe or something.
Wait
whereas
a minute. Is your
Yeah.
father the Undertaker?
No. The Undertaker. The Undertaker.
The Undertaker? How's he doing since
typically-
retirement?
After the WrestleMania laws, it's just really been affecting him. Like he didn't want to go out on that kind of. He just wasn't into it.
I think
rough.
he's got some Scooby Doo episodes to keep him. Like,
Yeah, that's
happy.
true. He can record a couple.
But
more
his brother
Scooby-Doo
Kane
movies.
is going to become a politician, so...
Yeah, that's cool.
Mayor Kane.
Yeah. So, but anyway, the story I was going to tell is that I was, my father had a backhoe and he would dig the graves, and my job was to hop down into the graves and, like, with the shovel, just, get the rocks out of the side so he could scoop them out, basically make it a clean grave and it wouldn't be all screwed up. And the one time, like, I don't know how I wasn't injured, but, like, I really should have been very injured. The way that a backhoe's boom pivots, it relies on a pin basically to stop it going in either direction, and the pin fell out, which means that it only stops when it hits as far as it'll go. Well, it was on one far side of the grave, and my dad was moving it to the other side, which was in the direction I was, but he wasn't gonna go as far as me. Well, when the pin fell out, that didn't happen, so it swung full force, and I got fucking rocked by a backhoe's boom straight into the grave.
Oh, wow. You fell down in?
Yeah, I fell all the way down, all 6 feet, after being haymakered by a backhoe.
Shit.
But I had no injuries from it, and I was at first very confused and upset at my father, who seemingly just tried to off me and get rid of me in one fell swoop.
Yeah, he had it all there. Just bring the backhoe and get the dirt back in there, and it's over.
I won't have to
No
pay
more
for this
sun.
asshole's school or anything if I just... Whoops.
How old were you at the time?
I must have been 14.
Okay. This is the kind of thing that when you're, like, in your teens, you're just like, man, that was weird. And when you're, like, 30, you're like, okay, well, I can't walk now, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's, man, don't get old. That's my advice. That's what you learn. TJ, what about you?
Yeah, so a lot of my serious injuries don't have good stories, so we're gonna go with a less serious injury
Okay, with a
because
good
the story's
story.
more interesting.
Okay.
I was 5 years old, and it's all my fault. But back then, it was Sesame Street's fault. So, at which I went to 3 days a week, we used to watch, I think, about a half an hour of Sesame Street a day in class. And one particular episode we got to watch had a vignette of Grover doing a whole near-far routine, where he would run very close to the camera and say near, and then run really far away and say far. I thought it was the most hilarious thing ever, because I was 5 years old. And I went home and did the same thing in my front yard. One of the times I went near, I must have shuffle stepped something. I tripped and fell, and my knee hit right on the 90-degree corner of my raised concrete patio. Busted open, started bleeding. I mean, it wasn't super, super bad. It wasn't even the worst thing in the world, but whatever. But I still have that scar to this day.
I have one that
Fucking
was
Grover.
Yeah, exactly. It's Grover's fault.
I have one that wasn't like bad or even really that painful, but it was humiliating.
Sure.
Yes.
I was an extra in an anti-bullying movie that was filmed at my high school.
Okay. And you were bullied so hard that you
He was
sustained
anti-bullied.
No, it's called Silent Majority. It doesn't have an IMDb page, and I don't even know if you can like.
It's
get
about
it in
the
any way.
neoconservative movement in America.
But I think it was on the day that they gave me a line in the movie, which was like I'm standing watching them bully somebody, and my line was, "Oh my God, they're gonna kill him." And the funniest thing is that they cut that line in half in the movie. I only say, "Oh my God," and then it cuts away. But on that day, it was really snowy and it was really icy, and they wanted to get some of the actors who were on the other side of the campus. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'll go get them. And I started running over, and I slipped on the ice. And then, like, in full view of the director and the producer and, like, everybody in the crew. And I was like, oh no. And I got up, and I kept walking, and I slipped again. And I slipped maybe 3 more times. And, like, hobbled away slowly to get the other actors. So, that was fun.
Nothing better than biffing it in front of a bunch of people that you're trying to impress.
Yeah, and they also, with a professional movie camera that I'm glad they didn't point at me.
Well, maybe they did, and they kept that one for the
For
blooper
the DVD.
reel.
Yeah.
DVD extras.
Yeah.
Watch this kid fall. That's what I would do in a DVD extra. All right. I don't know, TJ, I don't know if you have access to read these questions, so we may have to skip you.
Well, I could do the one that I wrote.
Okay,
Okay, hold on.
So that's a
I
random
think
number
Quizbot
generator.
knows what that is, so he's going to print it out.
Oh, there it is. For some reason, it came to me in my car.
Yeah, isn't that weird how that just goes through the internet?
He's just that good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to paraphrase here because I don't want to read and drive. Would you rather be content and completely forgotten when you die, or would you rather be influential and completely miserable?
I mean,
Man, we're
necessarily about
getting
being famous.
existential on this motherfucker.
Yeah, I think I saw that one. Be influential but miserable, or completely unknown and content.
I'm pretty sure no matter what happens, I don't want to be completely miserable when I die.
But you got nothing done. You're influential. It's like Rosebud, on your deathbed.
No,
Actually, I don't think that's what that's about. Actually,
No,
you
it's
know.
about a sled. I
Yeah.
fell asleep during that movie in college in a film appreciation class. It was a very early class. It's not my fault.
So, gun to your head. Where you at?
I think I'm good with being content and just a loser. A content loser. Is that sounds like it could be the description for a great many characters, but none are coming to mind. But
Yeah.
could be-
Or a Beck song.
The
Yeah,
Canadian co-host of Kewlgames Inc Vancouver. That'd be one.
Completely unknown but content.
Is that going to be my catchphrase though?
I'd like
There it is.
to announce my new podcast, Content Losers.
And I'm a content loser.
And I'm the content loser.
There it is. We got it. We told you we'd get it. We workshopped it.
Is it my turn to answer this question?
Yes.
Okay.
There is no rules, just right.
Okay, so can I pose? can I pose? Why is there no choice to be happy? There's
Because
content
happiness is an illusion.
Well, I understand. I'm just saying, if you're gonna give me content and unknown, and miserable and influential, why can't I have like an infamous and happy? Because like I would so do that. I am 100% cool with being like evil supervillain, like whatever. But then I'm happy. You know what? Like
Yeah, like Hitler.
no. I wouldn't go. I would say like.
I don't think he was happy. He
Yeah.
seemed pretty not
No,
happy.
he
Yeah, you
was
see, like all the
definitely not.
examples you can think of, it's usually like you could say the current president of the United States, but it's like I don't think he likes his job.
No,
I
he
think
hates it.
he likes.
I don't think he
likes
likes
making
anything.
it look like he likes his job, but I don't think he likes it. So I
He's
want.
influential and miserable.
Yeah.
You want Kim Jong Il then?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
I
would
think
be
he
a-
likes his job,
Despotic ruler
yeah.
who
So
gets to have all the fun
Or
stuff.
Vladimir
going-
Putin. I think he's very happy right now.
I'm going to go with the third option that wasn't offered to me that I invented because I'm a fucking cheater. And
Yeah,
that's
can we be-
infamous and happy?
Can we be like known among a select few and not unhappy?
Quizbot,
That's the most Canadian fucking thing you've said this podcast so far.
can we get Quizbot, Matt, to rule on that?
He says, yes, the cult status hero is an acceptable outcome.
Okay, fair
All
enough.
right.
I think I'd rather be unknown and content.
Yeah.
because I don't like being miserable.
I agree. Here's the thing about notoriety and people remembering you after you die. Eventually, on a long enough time scale, the universe itself will evaporate.
Yes.
So
The heat
nothing
death of
means
the universe.
anything. Nothing
Ruin
means
all
anything.
of it.
Nothing matters. And I just want to be happy. So
And should we care for the part of the universe that we're not there for?
No. Exactly.
That's existential right
Let's
there.
let's let's warm this globe. Let's no.
All right.
Kill
We
all
got-
the
We gotta move on. This is
kill
getting
all
too
the
dark.
whales. No, we kill all the whales until Star Trek has
Yeah.
to come back for us.
Yeah,
That's right.
Star Trek 4 will come back in time and fix the whale thing.
Yep. And
Have
then
you,
we'll
have you guys ever noticed how whales sound like giant dogs whining? Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, that's what they call them. The giant whiny dogs. Of
Giant
the sea.
whining echoey dogs.
Yeah, they're waiting for their owner to come home, and their owner is Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna take all those whales away from the rotten SJWs that are running
Yeah.
the country.
Do you ever find it
Oh, don't go on his
Kinda-
Twitter account, FYI.
kinda
That's all I'm
troubling?
gonna say.
wait?
Oh no.
Everyone Kirk
Shatner.
Shatner.
Oh, here's a good one. Ewan went to the same elementary school as William Shatner.
Yeah, I did. Willingdon
Shit.
in Montreal.
He's a Canadian?
Yeah. You didn't
Get
know
the
that?
they're
fuck
all
out
Canadians.
of our country, you asshole!
Get out!
You can't talk about that.
I have no idea.
We
what
need
you're
an
talking
American like Jean-Luc Picard.
That's right. Okay. All right, Quizbot, give me another question here. All right, I've got the question number 20. Quizbot says, "Let's see here. Ooh, this is perfect for somebody. So we're going to talk about sitcoms from the 90s.
Ooh.
This is just a either or. Fresh Prince versus Family Matters. Who you got?
Am I going to go first, Ewan? I don't know if.
Ewan, have you seen either? Did I speak Italian to you there?
No, I've seen a few Fresh Princes. I'm trying to remember which one Family Matters was.
Family Matters. Is the
Did
one with
I
Sonic
do
in it.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
With Jaleel White, the
I
Sonic.
mean, I like
Stefan
Jaleel White as
Urkel?
Sonic. Me and Spanky are the two biggest Sonic Underground fans in the world.
That's true.
So maybe out of loyalty, we may have to just give this one to Family Matters.
Okay.
Well, if you if an
Well,
adult
you can't
And
speak
I'll-
for
I'll
Spanky.
have-
you, that's no good.
I'll have you know, he's not just the voice of Sonic. He is also the voice of Mannequin Sonia.
Yeah.
He is
Oh,
Yes, he
the
is.
greatest voice actor
Yeah.
in the world. He
Okay.
is a modern, great actor, McGee.
A modern
actor
great
from the-
actor.
So
wait, are you
Great
talking about McGee and me?
No, I'm talking about great actor McGee, the actor from the 80s. That was an 80s reference. You didn't get the 80s reference. Great actor McGee, he was in all those 80s movies like
he was in the Rat Pack, you know. He's
The Brat Pack.
he was in Breakfast Club 2, Lunchtime.
That's only natural. Lunch crew.
Breakfast
Oh,
Club
somebody
2.
got super deep.
The Lunch
Hey,
Club.
did it happen? Did it happen?
Oh yeah.
It happened. Help, it's happening.
I told you. I have no idea why this happens. So,
Can you do your James Earl Jones?
Yes. Say Mufasa. Wait, why would he say his own name?
Simba.
That's cool.
Yeah, I would talk to my son. Simba,
you tried
all
turning it
things
off and
must
on
die.
again?
All things must die, Simba, while we wait for William Shatner to come back and rescue all of the whales.
Yes. Do you know how to fix this?
Yeah, I do. Give me just a second.
Okay.
And let's hear
All
from
right.
TJ.
Ruffalo.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, I love that. I love that clip.
TJ? Look, the question. I can go because I wrote this question. Or I mean that I found
Quizbot wrote the question.
Fresh Prince versus Family Matters. I gotta go with Family Matters. I know there's Will Smith, but I actually watched the crap out of Family Matters. You know, his dad was a cop.
Yeah.
Or and
He shot a
I
kid.
don't really remember a lot. I don't remember that very special episode that I'm sure occurred. But
No,
Yeah,
he
that's where
shot
I
a kid
stand
in
on that.
Lethal Weapon.
I'm totally Family Matters. I'm totally into any sitcom. where one character just disappears.
Oh, yes.
yeah?
It was a sister that just stopped existing after a point.
Okay.
I think.
I think
She
one of
went
my favorites.
upstairs.
I think one of my favorites is when Roseanne.
I was just gonna bring that up.
When Sarah Chalk became the daughter or the sister instead of Leslie Goranson. So.
Did you know that they're making a reboot?
Yes, they are.
And both.
So are they retconning the last, like, the Dan dying stuff, or is
what's
no
weird
John
is
Goodman?
that John Goodman is supposedly in it, so maybe they are. I mean,
I think I heard that they were going to retcon that.
Okay. Are they going to make it a continuous universe with John Goodman's character from Red State? Because that would be just fantastic.
It also continues with John Goodman's character from Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And John Goodman's character from 10 Cloverfield Lane.
And John Goodman's character from Barton Fink.
It's
And
all
John
a
Goodman's
continuous
character
John
from
Goodman
Oh Brother, Where
universe.
Art Thou?
Oh, that's the best one.
Yeah.
Did you know, I actually went to the same college as John Goodman. He went to Missouri State University.
I went to the same college as no one.
Yeah, I went to the
a
same
tiny
college as John Rowe, John Danger Rowe, and TJ
true.
May. So
Yeah.
those
You
are
mean-
my famous people.
That's true. Let's.
So I'm going to answer the
move on.
Quizbot question. No, you can't
Oh,
move
yeah,
on
go.
without me. So here's the
Okay.
thing. If you would have asked me in the 90s, I would have definitely said Family Matters. But looking back, there's some problematic shit in Family Matters. Mostly lots and lots of stalking. And if you look back on Fresh Prince, it's nothing but good, wholesome family values and life lessons and Carlton dancing. So I'm going to go with Fresh Prince.
I can respect that because, like, here's the thing. Like, I think Family Matters, like Friends and also Saved by the Bell, looking back at it, like, because it was trying to always be good, the bad that didn't age shows really well. But then, like, the
Yes,
Fresh Prince,
yes.
they dealt with some, like, real hard shit, like, you know, Will's
Yeah,
dad. And like, the whole
that
premise is that he can't
episode
live with his
where
family.
Will gets shot and Carlton gets a gun, that's some heavy shit. And
Yeah,
that's some real ass
mean,
shit.
Will Smith's delivery of the "I don't need you" lines from directed toward his father is probably some of the best acting Will Smith's ever done.
Man,
Better
we got-
than when
we
he
got
played
real here.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
With the guy from Concussion with the accent.
And Uncle Phil, who
Hancock.
died a very pure soul, who had no Hollywood scandals, as far as I know.
His performance in Will 2K, where he says, "We gon' party like at 19, hold up it is."
That's true.
Look, here's the thing.
It was.
Welcome to Miami.
My TV
Wild,
dad in the
Wild
90s
West.
was Bill Cosby. Right? And that got ruined for me. So now my TV dad from the 90s is Uncle Phil. And,
My TV dad
I-
from the 90s is Alan Thicke.
Mine is BoJack Horseman.
I am ashamed to say that it's Tim Allen from Home Improvement.
Oh, yes. He was my TV stepdad.
you know,
I mean,
you could join us on a podcast that Matt's wanted to do for a while called Tool Time. I bought a DVD of the first
Yeah,
season
we
because
gotta
of this.
fucking do that.
It cost me a whole $8 on Amazon.
That is gonna be. So here's the.
I watched
we'll
the
just-
crap out of that show.
I just want to go through. Our idea for Tool Time was we would do a weekly podcast for Home Improvement as if it was freshly airing content.
Yes.
oh,
And we would talk about the current events of that time, so we'd have to do the
Yeah,
research.
we would
what
do
was happening.
research for our like late 90s time frame. So we'd be like,
Yep.
"Oh man, that Clinton scandal. That's crazy."
Yeah.
The thing that's going
yeah,
on
it's
right
so
now.
strange that that happened. Like,
Do you think he's going to get impeached? I don't know.
I guess we'll find out. No, and we were going to pretend like we found these recordings on a cassette tape. And
If you could perform that well, I would be so.
it would be hard to do.
And then we would slowly transition it into like an augmented reality thing where we start predicting modern day events like it's the future. And then we start making up new predictions that haven't actually happened, and we see if we can develop a cult status around it, and then we can develop that into an actual cult, and then we'll move down to Brazil. I haven't ran this by John yet, but we would move down to Brazil. We would arm ourselves, and yes.
Yeah,
look, I've listened to a lot of stuff about
cults.
The founder of Scientology, the founder of the Hail Bob Comet people, all those people. I think we could do that. I don't think it's that hard to take advantage of the simple-minded. I mean, Trump does it every day. Not to get too political, but I've had. Oh man, this 84 proof can is almost gone.
That's how it goes with Matt. Okay, Quizbot, give me an actual question that we haven't already asked. I did 2 in a row. All right, here we go. Matt, you ready? Quizbot, what it says number 4.
Oh.
It's important to take a drink just as you start talking.
Is getting home.
Yeah.
So he has to he doesn't want us to see his combination lock.
Here's the thing. TJ wasn't actually born in the 80s. He was born in 1963. So he's very unfamiliar
that's his
with
combination.
the internet.
Yep. Matt, you got it? Number 4? Did you close the doc?
I'm supposed to read it? I thought you were reading
Yes,
the thing.
I said it was yours.
So here's the thing. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man?
Thanks, Quizbot.
Quizbot's gotten very poetical.
Can I
think
get a
we
number
we
here?
kept in. What's that?
42.
42.
So here's the thing: we kept Quizbot in a dark closet for so long that his like programming fragments started to develop into a sort of consciousness, and then he got really poetical. And we might have to put him down.
It's a cold closet, so there's a lot of frost built up on him.
Yeah, it's the Rodney Dangerfield closet.
Can I talk to? I just want to just pause on this for a second because we're showing. I have my camera up. I don't know if you want to put this up on the stream right now, Matt. But we got a fan of the Tim Allen here. Would you like to see my poster collection?
Yes.
So let me just.
We've got the camera locked on John Rowe.
We have Tom and Huck poster here, and Disney's Man of the House, both
Chevy
starring
Chase's
your boy,
best work.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and we have the Wild America poster here with Jonathan Taylor Thomas and a bunch of other people. The Pinocchio movie that Jonathan Taylor Thomas did, and I'll Be Home for Christmas that Jonathan Taylor Thomas did. So
I'm noticing
That's
a significant lack of the Lion King poster because I feel like we need to.
If I can't see Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Look, we need to recognize JTT's voiceover work. He's a very versatile artist.
I'm going to tell you this.
He's not just a pretty face, John. He's also a voice.
These are expensive. These are original movie posters from the original run. So if you go to like movie poster websites, they'll have these. These were very cheap. Lion King posters are very expensive. So I have not purchased
kind of people actually like the Lion King.
Yeah, that Man of the House poster is probably my favorite, though. Or Tom and Huck. Tom and Huck might be my favorite poster.
I saw Man of the House in theaters.
Oh, Tom and Huck, classic.
No, it wasn't a Jonathan Taylor Thomas film, but it was a Tim Allen film that I saw in theaters as a young person. Jungle 2 Jungle.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good poster.
I actually forget that's not a Jonathan Taylor Thomas because in my mind, Tim Allen, and Jonathan Taylor Thomas are so connected that I just imagine them up into the jungle. Exactly.
I literally can't remember the name of the actor who plays the Jungle Boy.
I don't think he did anything else after that.
So it may as well be Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and in the inevitable
Jungle
Broadway
2
musical,
Jungle, IMDb.
I just
It
want to mention.
is.
Yep.
Martin Short got second billing on this, so I have no idea who the child was.
So
Sam Huntington.
One of my favorite things to do: go to movieposter.com. You can find some good movie posters. We've got the movie Ed here. Do you remember Ed? About the chimp that played baseball?
Yeah.
That's only $15 for the full-sized movie poster. You can get stuff like that. I'm going to look to see, what did you say, Jungle to Jungle? Let's see if we can get one here. That's a good poster. It's Tim Allen with the little arrow through his mouth. Like holding it in his teeth. Jungle to Jungle. $12.99, original from 1997.
How about Ninja Turtles 3?
I'm sure.
Yes.
It's all here.
Turtles in Time.
Those might be sold out, though, because
that's a classic.
I don't know, it's
though.
the third one.
Yeah, it's true. What about Three Ninjas?
What about Three Ninjas 2?
That was... I did not watch Three Ninjas 2.
Wait. That was just called Three Ninjas Kick Back, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I love that first movie. We got a Secret of the Ooze poster. For
Oh man, a
$40,
Lion
but it
King
is an
poster
original.
is $79.99.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I guess I could get a reprint, but would you like the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles poster that was up in 1990? It is $321.
Oh, it's a good poster, though.
It is a good poster, but I could get you Tom Selleck, Mr. Baseball, only $25. It's a good poster. I love
can get
old
you the
crappy
Santa
movie
Claus
posters.
for $45.
Yeah. Oh, the Santa Claus. I could get
Yeah.
that Santa Claus.
Because Christmas is terrible.
There was somebody in my English class who made a recurring gag of comparing any literature we were studying to the Santa Claus. Although he kept referring to it, he got the year wrong and kept calling it the 2001 hit The Santa Claus.
That's not even fucking close.
Yeah.
That's a travesty. Get that kid out of here.
Yeah.
Look, we're gonna interrupt Quizbot for a game that John likes to play called Five Faves.
Wait, really?
I don't.
You want to do five faves? We can do five faves.
Yeah.
I
I
got
feel like
it.
we're on the topic
Okay.
of movies. I think we should do Five Faves.
Okay, let's do five faves. So five faves is a game. If you haven't listened to like the recent episodes where we started doing it and then we stopped
No, they've
for a while,
listened to all
so,
the episodes.
Yeah. Last night.
So it's pretty much impossible. So what we're going to do is RottenTomatoes.org has a my antivirus on RottenTomatoes.com has popped up with an address that has blocked, so that they got viruses on their site, it seems. But RottenTomatoes.com has the thing where they ask actors their 5 favorite movies, and I'm going to tell you them and give a little bit of their description when they describe their 5 favorite movies, and you have to guess who this actor or actress is. So let's start with this. We'll give hints afterwards if you don't get it immediately. So let's start off with this person whose favorite movies 5 are Planes, Trains, and Automobile. It's 1987, 97% tomato meter on that one. Classic.
That's a good movie.
Yes, it is a good movie. How did
It's one of the only Thanksgiving-themed movies.
Here he says, this is a man, big Steve Martin fan. Knew I wanted to be a comedian when I was very young. My sister bought when my sister brought the Wild and Crazy Guy album home, which I still have in my office. When Planes, Trains, and Automobiles came out, it was the first film I really looked at and said, I'd love to someday, if I'm lucky enough, have a comedy audience. Bring them into the film and make that kind of movie. So that's what he had to say about that. That's a couple hints there.
Adam Sandler.
Okay. Number 2, The Empire Strikes Back, 1980. 97% Rotten Tomato meter. So that is just as good of a movie as Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, according to the internet. Let's see here. Absolutely blown away by the world of Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi. But my favorite moment in 3 is actually Return of the Jedi. I would argue... Okay, so he's talking about Return of the Jedi here with... And he's talking about Empire Strikes Back, but whatever. He's talking about... I argue this with people who are real Star Wars freaks. Ewoks ruin the movie. If you're going to trifle over Ewoks and you're not going to talk about how great the speeder bike scenes through the redwood forests are, then fuck off. Those are some of the greatest action sequences. Okay, there's some cute.
So he's got to be on the lower side of the Ewok divider line. So he's closer to our age than the older person's.
Yep. This movie list also is what I would say moves into the I am a sophomore or freshman in college in a dorm room movie. So let's start with the next time. Goodfellas, 1990, 96% tomato meter. Goodfellas is a movie you can watch a million times in a row, and there's always a scene where you go, whoa, wait a minute. Is this another director's cut? Where did that scene come from? Why did this scene get so amazing? Just a classic. Love Scorsese. But this movie to me is the cream of the crop when it comes to dramas, says every kid you've met in college or who has a Scarface poster on his wall. Okay. Following in that vein, The Dark Knight, 2008, 95% tomato meter. I'm going to put this on the list. It's a new movie. This is an older article. This is from 2008, so it's a new movie.
So who was famous in 2008?
And when Kevin Smith lovingly compared it to Godfather 2, it was before that movie, and I thought, okay, that's jumping the shark, Kevin. If I see him, I want to punch him in the mouth. Because he's taken that hype machine and cranked it up to 11 via Spinal Tap. I was unhappy with the statement. Now that I've seen the movie, I want to French kiss Kevin Smith. He fucking nailed it. And this movie deserves the money it's making. It's epic, classic, blah, blah, blah. He loves it. Okay? Halloween, 1978, 90% Rotten Tomato meter. Let me rattle the brain here. I want to go back. I'm going to say Halloween when Mike Myers walks out of the backyard. It's an establishing shot of the front of the house. When you think it's just a standard exterior night, Halloween porch, but the music goes. And he in the interview it's saying he's imitating the Halloween theme. And then Myers walks out of the shadow of the backyard. I, to this day, don't look in the shadowy night yard situation without seeing him walk out.
You know, if you want to listen to the Halloween theme, you can go to matthigmusic.com.
Oh, yeah.
And
you did do a cover. The same way when I'm in a very sudsy bathtub. And yes, I do take baths. Don't judge me. When my fucking toe comes out of the water, and then he goes on to a number 6 pick, and then a 7 pick.
It's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, so that's a person who is obviously a male comedian. And in 2008, maybe he was in the limelight. So what do you want to guess here?
I guess I shouldn't look up 2008 movies. That's probably cheating.
Yeah, don't go on RottenTomatoes.com and look this up either. That would be unfair.
Right. Okay. Star Wars fan. Are we like taking
I'm going to guess Dane Cook.
Yeah.
Dane Cook.
Dane Cook, okay.
That's the name. I was running through my brain like, what is that comedian that everyone hated?
That's super douchey.
Yeah,
comedian.
like
Wow.
after immediately
He could be a listener.
the top spot. in
Comedy and film.
Sorry, Dane Cook, if you're listening, I apologize. Go ahead and send me an email at hello@matthigmusic.com. We'll do a collab on YouTube, and it will be fire.
Here we go.
Ryan Reynolds?
Let me read this. You only roast the ones you love, Dane Cook explained to Rotten Tomatoes regarding his comments about My Best Friend Girl's poster, in which he compared his Photoshop face to a section of Britney Spears' anatomy. If you really are pissed or whatever, you don't say anything, you just tuck your tail between your legs, and you walk away. Yes, Dane Cook was the man who was in the movie My Best Friend's Girl, which I guess was the thing that came out in 2008. And when I click the link on Rotten Tomatoes to get the score on that, it says 404 not found, so we know it's a classic.
Got a 404% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
that was Dane Cook. You guys got it.
Whoa,
man!
Really? I pulled that name straight out of my butt.
See, and you gave it to me because I was looking and I just hadn't made my way to your butt yet, but I had that name, that person in mind.
14% Rotten Tomatoes. My Best Friend's Girl.
See, I was thinking male comedians, and then when you said 2008, I was like, It's either
you've
Dax
got, like-
Shepard or Dane Cook.
Or Jeff Dunham, if you want to include ventriloquist.
Super
No.
racist puppets.
Yes, very.
He never did a movie though, did he?
I think he did.
I don't know. Jeff
Like-
Dunham. let's get
Jeff
that
Dunham,
movie.
super racist puppet movie.
Oh, I have a 9 Lives poster as well, but I haven't put it up. I can't put it up now. Kevin Spacey. Great.
Yeah,
Thanks
Kevin's
for ruining my
9
poster
Lives has been
acquisition.
ruined because of Kevin Spacey.
Man. Okay, so I think. Did that even?
John,
did we
is
answer the
is
question?
Baby Driver still cool? Because he was playing a villain in that.
Oh shit, he wasn't.
He was playing a villain, but he also became the good guy at the end, sort of.
But
by
he's
sacrificing
supposed to be creepy and villainous. I think Baby
Yeah, I think
Driver's
he's-
still cool.
There's a Baby Driver joke here somewhere that I'm trying to formulate,
Don't-
Baby,
Man, I can't navigate that.
but I don't want to get into
we're
that
gonna go to
fire.
Spanky for this
but-
joke. Go ahead.
Well,
Just because you parked outside doesn't mean we can't see you drove there. I'm
what
talking
does that
about
even mean, Ewan?
that he didn't make the joke, but he clearly was thinking about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think he still works in 7. Like, he's still creepy.
Yeah, it's super creepy. Also, I've never really liked him in any of the things I saw him in, so he still works in all of those. Because
I hate
it's
House
just-
of Cards. House of Cards is a piece of shit show.
I've never
gonna
watched
be
House
better
of
once they
Cards,
get-
and now I'm glad because I didn't support his
I've never seen it either.
debauchery.
It's gonna get better once they get Kevin James in to replace him.
Oh yeah, god
Yeah.
damn! I would pay. I would watch that show.
No, I'd watch
I
Kevin
would.
Nealon.
Have you seen the petition?
I think I've heard of this, but I haven't actually looked it up.
I'm just looking up to see how many supporters it has right now, because I think it was like it
I,
has
for
over
one, am down
28,000.
for Christopher Plummer replacing Kevin Spacey and everything.
Oh, Ewan, what's that?
40,000 people have signed the petition to have Kevin James take over House of Cards.
Ewan, what's that mantra that you have about Donald Glover replacing somebody?
Oh yeah, I think that any movie with Matthew Broderick in it would be better if Donald Glover was in his place.
Can we replace Donald Trump with Donald Glover?
That would also be good.
Or
This-
Matthew Broderick?
This was
Yeah.
just because.
Look,
because
Matthew
Donald
Broderick
Glover's-
may have killed that person, but it's not his fault.
That's true. It was the alcohol that did it.
But Donald Glover, because he's taking Matthew Broderick's place in the Lion King remake that they're making for no good reason. Like I just started thinking, so terrible Godzilla 1998 remake. I would be okay with that if Donald Glover was there instead of Matthew Broderick.
Oh yeah, I could see
No,
that
no.
happening.
War Games, Ferris Bueller.
Oh, Matt's
Do you
dying.
still get? Yeah, I'm dying. Do you still get the Hank Azaria in the Godzilla movie if you replace Matthew Broderick?
Sure, you can keep him and
Keep him.
Jean Reno. over
I feel
here.
like his
let's-
cameraman work it's just fantastic.
Let's go to allposters.com. Kevin James, Here Comes the Boom poster. It's a movie that exists where he is a teacher who becomes an MMA fighter. One teacher still believes in fighting for his students. $12.99. Could be yours.
How about 1998 Godzilla poster?
Oh, that's
It's
gonna be
that
expensive.
time of year
There's nerds
again.
that bought that.
Is it?
I feel like I should
there's billions of
remind
those.
our listeners that I have now subscribed to the
Oh man, $20.
Till Death Do Us Blart podcast, where every
Oh, yeah.
Thanksgiving
It is that time of
the
year.
McElroy brothers watch Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, which is a movie that I have not seen, but I will listen to all of the podcast episodes,
I have seen,
and you should too.
and I think this is touched on in that podcast, but I've always felt this way, so I feel like I'm allowed to rip that off. But most of the jokes in
Well,
Paul Blart Mall Cop 2,
it's okay if you rip something off from a McElroy brother.
I mean, it's almost like there's a history of me doing something like that. But
I mean,
Yeah,
when I said drive up to the front, that was a line from a Bim Bam.
there it is. Look at
yeah,
this.
so all
I'm
of the
seeing them
jokes-
on Sunday. They're in Milwaukee.
You're seeing them?
I'm going.
I'm seeing
Trevor
them
Noah
on Sunday. You're
Wait,
going to
you are,
Milwaukee?
Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to
Let's
ride?
hook up. We'll go to Milwaukee. We'll get some Choco tacos. We'll get some Kit Kat quesadillas, and we'll report back for the podcast.
Yep.
Sean, that Godzilla poster you sent is the worst thing I've ever seen. It's
Oh, yeah.
just the title on
Yeah,
black.
it's the teaser poster, I think. So,
Gojira.
I don't know. Maybe you could find one on a different website, but that's the one they got, and it's only 20. So
The problem
Snap.
with most Kevin James movies, like if you watch even the King of Queens hit
the
sitcom,
film.
Yeah, well, I
The
wish.
hit film King of
They
Queens.
really need to
Yeah.
close that gap with or in his new show, which is King of Queens.
King of Queens 2.
Yeah, pretty
Queenier.
much. It's just like
Two
the same.
kings, two queens.
Almost every joke is that Kevin James is fat.
Yeah.
And this is brought
So-
up in the but like that's his actual body like that Kevin James lives in.
Yeah, there's the Kevin James stand-up special. What is it? It's something about sweating. I don't know. Kevin James.
The special part was that he stood up.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm sorry,
His
Kevin
stand-up
James,
special
that was
from
rough.
the late '90s was good. He's
Oh, really?
like he can be
Stand-up.
funny, but like the
Yeah, he's just
role
kinda one of
that
those
he's
guys
fallen
that
into to be a popular actor is so
Yeah.
typecast and so not funny that I like he's a victim.
I didn't think
of
we were going to
the,
get a Kevin James defense on this podcast, but we got one right
Look,
here.
look. Here's the thing. I've seen Pixels. No, I haven't. But
I don't think anybody
nobody's
has,
seen
really.
Pixels. Yeah, no, his stand-up was pretty good, but the devil he had to sell his soul to get beyond stand-up was just unacceptable.
I'm going to go ahead and defend all of Adam Sandler's movies as necessary. I won't say that they're good. I can't bring myself to do it, but they are necessary.
Yeah,
I
they
can't-
need to exist.
I
I
don't
can't
think they
imagine
need
a world
to.
without them because just of how much like if you take every funny moment out of every Adam Sandler and put them all together, you almost have one feature film that's funny for like 50% of the movie.
There you go.
And that's
That's
an okay
Does
movie.
Kevin James
Yeah.
sweat the small stuff? That was the thing.
Is the special.
That was
Yes.
a great special.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Everything beyond 51st States that Adam Sandler did is unacceptable.
I think you went really far into his career to decide when the unacceptable point started.
Here's the thing.
because
51st
personally, I would
States.
probably went to Wedding Singer and stopped there.
On-
And even
No,
before
here's the
that, I
thing.
wouldn't have.
In my
I kind of love 51st Dates. And if you're gonna 51st Dates shame me, you get off the podcast.
Okay. Euan, was it in the last episode of our podcast that I
Yeah,
spent a good 15 minutes talking about how 51st Dates was a good movie?
you talked about it was Marvel
Yeah.
versus rom-com.
Yes.
And
listened to
also,
that.
I think I also brought up the fact that we watched Grown Ups 2 on the drive back from Washington.
That's right.
No, that was a mistake. You shouldn't have done that.
I have footage that's like out the window and it's the beautiful landscape as our bus is driving, and then you look
The
over
beautiful
and you see reflected,
Canadian landscape.
and you see
Yeah.
reflected Grown Ups 2
Oh, nice.
in the window.
Just David Spade farting. I don't know I don't know what that movie does, but
Is it
No.
who's the one?
My
who
parents
farts
saw
and burps
Wild
at the same
Hogs
time?
and they thought it was a great movie.
my dad loved Wild Hogs.
Oh, mine too. I mean, it had Tim Allen in it.
That's
My
the way
dad
it is.
loved Wild Hogs too. I feel like that's the my dad loves this movie.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough for dads out there. TJ?
Yeah.
40,
Resident
50
Dad, did you like
something
Wild
year old
Hogs?
dads that have
watched-
motorcycles, they fucking love that movie.
I watched part of it and I just couldn't keep watching it. It hurt. It was painful to watch.
I watched it in theaters. Not in the release theaters, in the second run theater.
Oh, okay.
Because that was the only time my dad would go and watch it. Is if he didn't have to pay full price for it. But he
Fair
still got
enough.
a great time out of it.
You ain't getting all my money, Tim.
Yeah.
You're only getting half price
Look, Tim.
movie tickets.
I know how.
I
know
saw
how
The
this whole
Family
thing
Stone
works.
at a half price movie ticket thing.
Did you feel bad about it?
That was that the group I was with would agree to go to, and I really didn't want to see it, but I was with the group, and
the group
was really bad.
Was a group of terrible people.
Yeah, well, it was the other resident assistants at the college that I was an RA at, and they were like, "Let's go see a movie because
we haven't revisited this, but John was an RA when I was a freshman in college, which means he was a narc.
I was a narc, yes. I busted so many people they didn't let me be an RA again the next year. I was so good at getting people. Yeah.
But you weren't on my floor.
We have one Quizbot question left. TJ, are you able to get to the Quizbot?
Yes, I actually am now.
Okay, here we go. It's number 25.
25.
Yep.
I'm going to be quicker doing this on my phone because my computer's way too slow.
Quizbot's taking more time.
Quizbot's going to call you on your phone.
Yep. Balls.
Hit all the balls. Balls. No, not the balls. It's like 2 minutes long.
Wait, no, that's the shortcut. He's got a supercut later.
Okay.
Get that paper.
The balls supercut.
All right.
Hit all the buttons, not the balls.
What number was that?
25.
25.
Ruffalo.
I've already got it up. Quizbot's been efficient enough. All right.
So when Matt drinks, the buttons get hit.
When I drink, I get louder and the buttons get more obnoxious.
That's right.
Foreign country.
So if you want to invite me on to Kewlgames Inc Vancouver, I'll be this character the whole time. It'll be great.
Sure.
Right.
Quizbot.
Foreign country you most want to visit.
Quizbot, come on.
Euan, you want to come to America, right?
I think I'm good.
You don't.
No, America is the land of the free.
Is it?
There's a movie about that with
with
now I can't think of his name.
It's
Eddie
called
Murphy.
Chicken Run.
Independence Day.
Cool Runnings.
Day after
where
tomorrow.
they're a bobsled team and they try to
51st
get
States.
into America.
51st States.
50 Shades of Grey.
Which is the movie about the founding of America.
That is legitimately a Kewlgames Inc original pitch they did. About,
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's about it's a dating sim where you date all of the states.
Oh, you know what? I bet I heard that. I think that's an episode I listened to, so that was in the back of my brain somewhere.
Yeah.
I got to give him credit to that. It's too good of a gag.
So, I'd probably either go to Japan or England. But
Fucking nerd.
Yeah,
England's great. I've been there.
You fucking know otaku.
I'd probably be more comfortable in England because
You can speak the language.
yeah, I can speak.
England is
Hello,
really-
I'm one
Don't
of
do
you.
that.
Oh, yes.
Hello,
One of the
pulpit.
famous accents.
No, England is
can I get
it's real neat. There's Tesco's on every corner. You go to the corner pub and there's you get meat pies and England's
Mushy
real
peas.
nice.
Hello,
Yeah,
Governor.
mushy peas.
Could I have some red sauce for my chips?
You go there, you
that's
go
it.
like, oh,
It's like I'm
I've
there.
watched a lot of Hustle and fucking I love curry, so I'm going to eat all of your things. The thing about England is all of their good food is stuff that they've imported through colonialism.
That's
so stuff
true.
that they've stolen
true. Like,
from
you got great Indian
native
food.
cultures.
All right, Governor, you got any Canadian bacon?
Yes.
I feel like every time I try
As
to do
a
an accent,
Canadian, your queen is technically the queen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've still got her
The-
on our money.
proper
Can I-
noun, capital Q, queen.
Can I hear Spanky's Missouri accent? I know you say you try and hide it, but
Well, usually I try and hide it.
I
But
really
if I really don't, if I really don't try to hide it, it'll come out sometimes. And generally, whenever I'm talking and I just start getting real pissed the fuck off, it'll just come right out. And
I wish I had a good accent.
Hey,
the Wisconsin
all right,
accent's boring.
Spanky, can I
My
hear y'all
accent
Canadian
is
accent now?
semi-Canadian. My accent only comes out when I say sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was oot in a boot, with me
sorry.
moonties.
Look,
On
I'm
our way
from
to Tim
Central,
Hortons.
So
Hockey.
Nobody calls it Tim
Spanky,
Hortons. We call it Timmy's.
Timmy's. Yes, we'll all go to Timmy's for some.
Or Timmy's or
pancakes?
Tim's.
Tim Tams. Isn't that a thing? Is
No,
that like donut holes?
Tim Tams are an English
Yeah, we call
thing.
them Tim Tams. You're right. You get a box
We
of
go
Tim
to Tim
Tams.
Oh, I love
Tams and we
Tim
get some
Tams.
Tim
Timbits,
Tams.
Spanky. They're Timbits.
Timbits and
So wait, you like Tim's Bits?
Tim's Bits?
There's a Tim Hortons in St. Louis, Missouri.
Really?
This was a whole conversation me and Spanky had. Cause
I think
invaded.
this was a conversation we had on an episode of Kewlgames Inc Vancouver where we had forgotten what we were talking about. We had to cut out like 30 minutes of this conversation.
No, I think it was a text chat because it was when I was trying to explain to you that Timbits are so much more than donut holes, just culturally
So,
speaking.
are you in the state with that giant arch thing?
I'm sorry, what?
No, that's St. Louis.
Do what? Yeah,
He's
that's
in
Missouri.
Missouri?
Yeah, I'm in Missouri. I'm in
The same
Missouri.
state with the upside down U.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went
Yeah,
to a
Matt, you've had
museum
too
in
much
that
rock and
thing
rye.
once. I drank the can.
Yep, 80 proof.
Boy, I'll slap your mama.
Spanky,
Slap
what
your
country
mama.
would you like to visit?
Saudi
Out of all of them?
Arabia.
Out of all of them, well, I don't think Saudi Arabia. See,
No, they don't allow drinking there. That's no good.
no, that's bad. Australia. You know what? Australia is pretty good.
It's pretty
New
good. There's
Zealand would be
koalas. They all the koalas have syphilis.
Everything in Australia besides koalas wants to kill you, objectively.
Well, koalas
They call
want to
them
kill
drop
you too.
bears.
They all have syphilis. And
That's
so
true.
here's the thing.
They want to give you syphilis.
There's a
Weaponized
game.
syphilis.
You can die
There's
the
a
Al
game
Capone way.
that I invented for this podcast that I did not do the research for, but it was
Okay.
it was a mythological cryptid or an actual Australian animal.
Which one?
And
Which one, Matt?
most of them were Australian animals because they're all poisonous and they all want to kill you. I've had.
Fair enough.
Have you heard this rock and rye is 84 proof?
Yeah, I have heard.
It's crazy.
I'm trying to think of what country I'd want to go to. Oh wait, no, Spanky did
Canada.
give us an answer.
Well, I was thinking about Australia, but then I kind of got sidetracked by the murderous cryptids. So, going through all the
And
countries,
the murderers because I've listened
know,
to that podcast.
I
See,
feel
if you want to
like-
go to Australia but you don't want to die, you should go to New Zealand.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I want to make money, and so there's got to be a country that would find a redneck just inherently interesting enough to pay to just do things
Kazakhstan.
like in 80s and early 90s movies, how Asian people were just so stereotyped that the fact that they were Asian was their character trait, which is terrible. But as an American, as a redneck specifically, I feel like I could just be the token stereotypical redneck somewhere, and that would be enough to.
Yeah,
Has his voice gone deeper?
I don't
think
know.
my voice gone deeper.
Yeah!
Oh, baby.
What is up with your fucking microphone?
Man, I ain't got no idea. Give me just one standby. I'll fix.
It's really funny because he basically just turned us to Barry White for a second here, and it's just out of nowhere. I know my
Sorry about
state.
that.
No, that's fine. What country though? We got to get a country here.
Country. Okay, final answer.
Final
Country. Final answer. Country. That's Sweden, because jag pratar lite svenska, men min svenska är inte bra.
Oh, okay.
I speak some Swedish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well,
Swedish.
I can speak Japanese. Anohito wadare desuka. I'm pretty sure that means where is the reporter or something completely useless.
That's it.
The Nazi movie, Inglourious Bastards.
Okay.
I feel like I do all of the languages that I don't speak that I attempt to speak. I just do the voice from that where what's his name is speaking Italian.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Brad Pitt speaking Italian. So my Japanese would be Tore wa doko desu ka.
Yes.
Grazie.
I would like to go. I'm trying to. My country might be Japan. I'm a weeb, I guess.
That is, I quote that Inglourious Bastards bit too much. It's like, how do you pronounce your name? Gorlami.
Gorlami.
And he's doing the Italian hand gesture.
Gorlami.
Gorlami. One more time. Gorlami.
You having fun, Ewan?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
Having a good time?
Can this podcast just be 2 hours of saying Gorlami?
Yeah, I think so.
It basically is.
Yeah. Let's I think I want to go to Japan because I am a large man. I am 6'5". And I feel like I want to just tower over everyone for a little while and feel like I'm a big boy.
Like Bill Murray in Lost in Translation?
Yeah. I want actually so here's like the literal like dream I've had for my entire life is I want to go to Japan. I want to have a t-shirt printed that says I'm big in Japan and just get photos of me wearing that shirt like around, all the other people there. And it would be a great joke. The visual gag as well as, so that's it. That's literally the only reason I want to go there. That I'm way into anime, so there's that issue.
I've wanted to go since I was 6, and I've wanted to go since I was 6 entirely based on the fact that I'm a massive Godzilla fan.
Well,
so like I would.
Do you hope Godzilla attacks while you're there?
No, I just want to buy all their awesome toys. I just want to go to toy stores and go out with armfuls of Godzilla toys.
Do you know what my favorite part of the Japanese and their Godzilla is that in that, what was it, the Godzilla 2000 or whatever movie they made, where they had all the Godzillas come back? I don't remember what movie this was, but they had the American Godzilla show up.
Yeah,
and
that was like Godzilla Final Wars.
Okay, and he had like the butt rock, and it was awful, and he gets killed immediately or whatever. Like,
it was all to blame by Sum 41. I know because I like Sum 41.
That part is hilarious, though.
It is, and that's like it seems like it's short for comical effect, but that movie just has a bunch of like 30-second to 2 minutes at most segments of Godzilla just killing instantly all the monsters that he spent decades fighting in the past. That's a great movie. I like. Yeah. I mean, it's not a great movie. It's a bad movie. I like it a lot.
It sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
In its badness.
Also, it's like 2 hours long, but the first hour has almost no monster stuff. But what it does have is it has one American actor and a bunch of Japanese actors occasionally saying one-liners in English, and like terrible sci-fi hand-to-hand combat, and it's so weird, and I love it.
TJ, where would you want to live? Visit.
Yeah, I mean, the real answer would be Japan, but
nerd.
But the better for the podcast answer is, if Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory have taught me anything, if I want to just eat and eat and eat, I need to go to Germany.
Yeah. You can just come up to Wisconsin. We got lots of brats and cheese up here. So
you mean come back to Wisconsin?
Yeah. No, you've never
Wisconsin.
been in Wisconsin.
This German Fest in the Milwaukee area. You're all set there.
So I can get some chocoladillas.
Come up here for Bratfest. Madison.
Yeah, apparently John and I are both going to go get some chocoladillas on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then listen to some good boys do some comedy podcasts.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I snuck in, but I'm seeing Trevor Noah on Sunday.
Well, look at who's way more
you're so
well-versed in
great
cultural
seeing
events
Trevor
than
Noah.
we are.
Well, I know the thing
Show.
is
you think you're so awesome.
Can I get a South African accent from Euan, please? That's a good one.
Is that an okay thing to do?
Yeah.
Fucking prawns! Fucking prawns!
All I can go is to District 9, like Matt does here for my South African accents.
Not good old Lenny DiCaprio.
I would just start quoting
Blood Diamond.
Yeah.
I would just start quoting D'Anthony.
I've created an electric truck that will have all of the semi-truck people. I'm trying to do Elon Musk. It's not working.
D'Anford a bit?
Sure, let's do it.
So
I don't know what that is, but we'll do it. Here, hold on.
For some reason, I watched some music videos, and it was weird, and I was like digging it, and I listened to all of their albums like 8 times, and then that was like, you know what? Maybe I should watch that movie Chappie because they're in that. And that is a very bad movie.
It's a bad.
Holy cow!
It's a very bad thing. So there was a movie called District 9 that was not terrible, and then everything that director did after that was
Isn't Chappie just like Short Circuit but not funny?
Yeah, but
so like
is not alive.
You could tell that they wanted to make the movie about like Deantford. They actually, I forget. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, but
Die-Antword.
Yeah, thank you, Brad Pitt.
Dantford.
Die-Antword.
Dirk Anchord.
So that's a weird group, huh?
Yeah,
I think they're freaky. Yeah, I like them a lot.
Dantford is. They're
love it.
A real cool music group. Not great at making movies. Don't make movies.
They're not great at being on a movie set, because then I was looking back, and apparently there were all these like talks about how like Ninja took Dev Patel to his like neighborhood and then fed him a pot brownie without telling him, and he got really mad about that, and like they like would like not sit with the other people on set and had all these demands, and these are people who've never been in a movie before, and like. Yeah, it sounded like it was a horrendous nightmare to film.
It was either leaving YouTube on autoplay or a fever dream I had. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure they were in a movie of their own brand. Where,
could be.
Where they were in wheelchairs. Not because they required the wheelchairs. They were just using them to navigate. They had firearms and wheelchairs, and I'm pretty sure all they do is drugs in the wheelchairs and fall over, and then I think at the end they die.
So
that's a metaphor.
Someone else who knows something about them, is it like they're like, this is an act, right? I think that's what they get accused of in the music culture, is that they're kind of co-opting a style and trying to like be this like I'm still here kind of like act that they're doing.
Full disclosure, the reason I know about this band is because as a child, well, not as a young adult, I had a friend who I went to school with who was a juggalo.
Okay,
and
they're juggalos of South Africa,
right? So like the
South
juggalo
Africa.
friend that I had is who introduced me to
of course
Die-Antword.
There's crossover there.
So I can't say if I know if it's an act or not, because being a juggalo is not an act. It's
no,
just
it
like,
isn't.
It's just like
the family.
Yeah, so it's a thing that happens. So I don't, I would like to say as a phenomenon, the way that they are existing, it probably isn't an act, because the person who related to me was from another subsect of culture who many would think is an act but isn't. So I'm gonna say no, it's genuine.
Wow. All right.
So a juggalo is not a juggling gigolo?
No.
Okay.
Man, you need to learn up. You need to read about juggalos if you don't know about them, because
my favorite thing is like every 5 or so years, more people who were unaware that they existed realize that they're like kind of super intelligent and like active progressively, and also still continuously weird as fuck. And it's like watching the realization of new people like, oh, juggalos aren't just axe murderers, happen every few years is pretty hilarious.
Yeah, so I guess looking up about this, I was wondering, and there's a lot of music culture people saying that Deantford is basically Ollie G of South Africa.
Yeah.
Just trying to skewer the movement of, middle class kids, becoming Afrikaner posers because they're these white middle-aged kids, or middle-class kids that want to act all tough and street, and they're kind of skewering that, I guess. But from everything I've read about the way that they act, they're taking this to a degree, though. They really stay in character to the point where they got almost kicked out of a movie that was starring them. But that's a commitment to an act I can appreciate, and maybe it's not all an act. We don't know. They haven't said. But anyway, cool. What a connection to make there. So let's talk about the gaming No, I think we're done. I think we got an episode here, boys. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Did you guys have
And look
anything else you
look
wanted
for
to
our
mention?
future segment. Spanky Hates It Too every week.
I'm going to go ahead
Every
and
every
I'm going to
single
go ahead and
week.
give a brief preview of the next week. Spanky Hates It Too. This is from our recording we did. Go ahead and play it now. Yeah, I hate that too. So that was our.
That's it, man. Consistent.
That was our. We've already recorded the next segment for Spanky Hates It Too, but that's you'll hear more next week.
Yeah, we should
Excellent.
record a couple different takes of you saying
Yeah.
that you don't like something. Just so
Everyone, Matt, turn it to silence. Let's get the takes quick. Let's get this audio ready.
just so we can use them.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, fuck that. I hate that. You know, actually, though. Yeah, I hate it. I hate that.
Oh, we got real mad in the last one. So now that you've said that on our podcast it's copyrighted, I'm just going to take all those. You won't be involved now, and
We're gonna do that. We're gonna
Thank
put
you for
that
having
over a
us.
lot of very progressive political ideals.
Yes.
You really
Parenthood, I
don't
hate
like
that.
equality, which is weird.
Hey, man. Okay, so let's guests first. If you want to plug where you're from, and we talked about at the start of the episode, but it's been a long journey.
Sure, yeah, so I'll go. I'm on Twitter. I'm at SpankyWorks. I mostly tweet things about being a programmer, and also I say really mean shit to my senator.
That's good.
It's all direct messages,
Well, you're
so like you have to go
Southern.
to my like tweets and replies. But it's usually Roy. His name's Roy Blunt, and he looks like Jack Nicholson's Joker without makeup. And usually, I will just tweet it with no particular reason, just like I'm talking to you at Roy Blunt, you son of a bitch. And I didn't really have anything to say. I just wanted to air my grievances. But I at SpankyWorks on Twitter. The Twitter for our podcast is at Kewlgames Inc VN with a KEWL cool, because we
Cool
knocked
like
off an actual podcast.
It's funny that you said he looks like Jack Nicholson's Joker without makeup, because Jack Nicholson's Joker is the one who puts on makeup to look like a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want everyone to Google Roy Blunt if you haven't seen this man before, because I'm not lying about what I just said.
Okay.
Furiously Googles.
I have a YouTube channel, Brightside Reviews. Go check out that if you want. I do stuff.
Holy shit. You're not wrong.
I wasn't wrong, man.
Okay. He's like the Smiler.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. Check that YouTube channel out.
Hey, cool.
I'm John_Danger at Twitter, or you can go to bornintheeighties.net where this podcast is posted with the other episodes, or patreon.com, bornintheeighties. You can find us there. I'm on Twitter. I mostly tweet the Turning Point USA.
On account of you're an
I guess
adult lady.
channel. Twitter, I don't know what it is. They're a right-wing conservative meme factory, and I reply to all of their memes as a adult baby that I'm role-playing as, with my support and love and questions about whether or not Pampers will be taxed. So, yeah, I'm doing that. It's keep me going in
nothing
these
will be
trying
taxed.
times. Okay, Matt.
And I'm Matt Haig Music everywhere. Matt Haig Music on Twitch. Matt Haig Music on Spotify. Matt Haig Music on YouTube. And I'm so drunk. Hey.
That rock and ride got you.
Did he mention
Yeah,
it was 84 proof?
85% is a very high percentage.
It's like an A almost,
Yeah.
like A
Yeah.
minus,
Like a B minus. B
B plus.
A minus. I don't know. I haven't been
This
in
is a
school for a
pass-fail
while.
exam.
Yeah, it's
TJ, what
an
about you?
A and a pass fail. Euan, you're the closest to being in school. What is an 85% in your world?
Oh, it's 32 bongo bingos.
Oh, it's in metric.
I
Don't you
passed
confuse
with
these.
the 32
yeah, I
bongo
can't
beans.
do that.
32 bongo beans are I passed. I'm
Bongo beans, yeah.
It's a check plus?
100%.
A smiley face.
Is this
Yeah,
Common Core math? Because I have to convert that to bongo beats.
TJ, where can people find you? We gotta get to TJ here.
Yeah, you can mostly find me on Twitter. That's at @MayofMay84.
Oh, thank you.
Because that random Korean lady took my @MayofMay. Otherwise,
That's
you can find me everywhere else, including on Twitch, twitch.tv/MayofMay. I'm probably gonna get back to streaming because in six
TJ,
hours.
what's your ROM of the month this month?
No.
Let's wait till I can think about that. But in 6 hours,
it's all Rocco's Modern Life for the Super Nintendo. Just every time.
Every week, every month.
In 6 hours,
This is my
I can play my
favorite
first Bethesda
video game of all time.
What game is that?
Skyrim
Rocco's
VR.
Oh,
yeah.
You got the VR setup,
Do you have
huh?
a PlayStation VR?
I have. I got it for free.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
I'm gonna get that on the Vive, and
perks.
we'll slash each other's swords.
Play the
together.
multiplayer that
We'll
exists.
sword fight, which is usually an analog for playing with your penises at a urinal together. But we'll sword fight at the Skyrim VR together.
Does PlayStation VR support Crash Nitro Kart on the Game Boy Advance yet?
No. Almost. But more importantly, we got our website, bornintheeighties.net. Join our Discord channel. Have fun with us in there. Please join.
Discord. There's a link on the website.
If you join our Discord, you may become a podcast guest on this thing.
What?
I don't know what he said.
You can email Matt or me or send a message.
You can email me at johnrowe@gmail.com.
Don't email that because it's not me, and some poor soul will get your emails.
Email me at mayofmay@gmail.com. Mayofmay84.
So the actual email is bornintheeighties, bitecast@gmail.com, bitecast@gmail.com. Let's check that for the latest updates we got here. We got some good stuff. Let's see here. Your early response in this regard would be highly appreciated, Mr. Richard
Oh,
Best,
that sounds real.
at space.ocn.ne.jp. Okay, he's going on this email went the long way around the internet. On behalf of the board and management at Fidelity Worldwide Investment, United States of America, I am Mr. Richard Best, the Foreign Operations Manager of Fidelity Worldwide Investment, wishes to inform you that your long-awaiting contract funds of $10 million have been registered to 2 metallic boxes.
You're so rich.
That's what we get in our email.
Why didn't you tell us you were so
If you want to
rich?
send us the real one, you can do it there. Anyway,
I'm
I think that's it.
and this was Dirty Jobs.
Thank you. I'm John.
Everyone.
No relation.
And
Thank you.
What, this like terribly photoshopped picture of a Canadian cartoon character isn't intimidating?
It could be. What if that was like the screen on like HAL 9000? It was just that face when he talked. It would be creepy then.
That would be a much better version of the movie.
I'd like to see that.
All right, we should be live to YouTube.
All right, let me check. Oh, FYI, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Euan?
Yeah, it's Euan. You got it.
Euan. Okay. All right. I just didn't want to fuck it up when I introduced you.
Well, you got it. I've had some bad attempts. I got Ewan once. Ewan wasn't.
Oh, that's what I was just gonna say as a joke, and now I'm gonna accidentally say it on purpose.
Euan, do you have good internet connection where you're at?
It's. I think it should be fine.
Okay. Do you want to go into your settings up there in the little wheel and switch it to studio quality audio?
Okay. Just a sec.
It'll be settings, and then it'll say like voice, and if you click it and switch it to studio, it'll be higher audio quality.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Studio. There we go.
Yep.
Swap left and right to stereo. I'll leave that.
Yeah, if you do
All
studio.
right. Does that sound better? Or?
Ooh, that sounds
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
and buttery smooth.
Okay. It might not have connected to my microphone before. I don't know.
No, it sounds great.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think the voice is just a little bit more crackly or condensed.
Yeah, it's
so-
just like low quality to get the job done if you have shit internet.
TJ
if you're
uses
TJ.
it because his internet's bad and slow, so we
It's
just
like
have
for
to
corporate
deal with it.
meetings and stuff.
Hey, Brandon.
Randy Wandy in the house.
Just a second,
That's
I have
not-
no idea how to use this Hangout.
Learn how to podcast. This is how all the pros do
LCP.
it. Definitely.
Okay.
We're on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Matt, all right, let me get that open.
Don't say anything racist.
Yeah, it's recording now.
Shit, okay.
I hate Canadians.
Okay, so I'm from Missouri, so
Oh no.
no promises, but blame Euan. If I do it, he'll apologize for me. That's what they do.
Yeah. it's the Canadians' curse. It's
Sorry.
All right. Can I call? Should I call you Spanky?
Yeah, call me Spanky. Spanky. I'm Spanky Works on Twitter, but don't call me Spanky Works. Just Spanky Works.
Yep.
Because Spanky does work.
Can I ask you to fiddle with your software?
Sure.
Can you go up to the top? There should be a settings, which is like a little cog wheel. And if you
Yep.
click that, go into, and it'll have like your different recording devices. Then it'll say voice. If you click that and switch it to studio,
Okay.
hit save. It'll be a higher audio quality for the recording.
Cool.
Yeah, Google tries to cheap out with a low bandwidth voice, but
Freaking
if you switch it, all right.
Hey, they
Just let
have
me know when you
limited
have it switched.
resources. They don't have like much going on.
All right, I'm gonna talk and listen and get levels figured out
Cool.
while we wait for TJ, who. Okay. Oh, Matt, you have to give me controls.
Oh shit. There you go.
Okay. You know what the best part is? I believe when I have control, I can turn your camera on. Isn't that fun?
You can turn my camera on?
Yeah, I think so. I hit the button. It's redded out right now. I remember I did that to Adam once when we were recording an episode. And he was like, it was dark.
That's hilarious.
Dark room.
I'm really tempted because I saw Matt's Ninja Turtles figure. I want to bring over. I have my Donatello figure on the desk and just point the camera.
He's
at
the
that.
best. He does machines.
He does machines, and I have the comics version of him. So he's got a red mask, and I'm like, yeah, cool figure.
Okay.
I need to hang this somewhere. I've
So
also
can I
got.
reach it without knocking over my computer.
Alright, I'm gonna be silent for a while. If you guys want to all talk so I can get levels,
Sure.
I'm gonna mute the program so I can listen to the YouTube video.
Hey,
So-
I'm talking. Levels happening. Something.
So, is this podcast about people in their 80s?
Yes.
Is this a lifestyle podcast?
It is. It's. You know,
There he is.
life
He's
begins
no
at 80, which makes abortion complicated.
Yeah, we typically
but
have elderly people on as guests, but we've gone through all of them.
you know, John, eventually, if we keep doing this, the title's really going to bite us in the ass because all of the people that are relevant are going to be way younger than us.
I missed the 80s by 3 years.
I
Two
missed
children.
these by
What,
More
13
than that.
years?
by 10.
10?
Yeah.
I've seen The Goonies.
All right.
I have Ronald Reagan.
He was
the actor?
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, I muted everything.
So we have to talk again?
No. I
No, he was listening on YouTube for
I can't mute.
balance and shit. What?
Ha. I think my volume's too low.
I have to run Hangouts in Internet Explorer.
I don't know. Oh, there it is, 70%. Thanks for auto switching my level for me. All right, let's listen now. All right.
So do we talk now?
Yeah, you can talk now.
I don't want to talk
I'm
to
gonna
you.
talk.
What did I do?
You guys aren't allowed to talk to each other. That's a different show.
No.
Yeah.
Are we like completely forbidden from mentioning video games?
Oh, man, I wish.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna have to get levels again. All right, so we're gonna have to be super professional about this right now. Let's find a sentence to say, so that I can just listen to them all, and then I'm gonna have to be quiet so I can hear it because so many voices now.
So we're gonna do like a Usual Suspects type lineup where we all say the same sentence.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Let's. All right. So I've got the
My baby butt's made of
13
bacon.
horribly awkward first date questions. So let's go and let me pick out one of these here. Thanks for getting dinner with me tonight. Do you mind watching my cat this weekend? Matt?
Thanks for getting dinner with me tonight. Do you mind watching my cat this weekend?
Ewan?
Thanks for dinner, cat. Do you cat? I
Good
forgot
enough.
it. I
That's
forgot
okay.
Thanks for getting Cat with me tonight. Would you mind watching my dinner this weekend?
All right. Now everyone's got to be quiet while I listen to the YouTube so I can get levels. Oh, I wish this was easier to do. Okay. Good. That was good. I can adjust. That is going to be Ewan up a tiny bit, Matt down a tiny bit. Matt's gotten louder lately when we've recorded. I don't know what you did in your setup, Matt, but you're louder now. I used to be the loud one.
Well, the episodes where I'm drinking heavily, that explains it, but that hasn't happened for a couple episodes.
Yeah, Matt.
Gonna happen tonight, though.
People expect it.
Good. Our fan expects it.
Whoa, you guys got a fan?
Yeah.
I didn't
We've
realize
got
that was
like
a famous podcast.
2 of them.
Yeah. We got a guy from Connecticut I've never met.
The problem with our fans is that we are a spin-off podcast, so everyone just like, they're okay, but, you know, the originals were good, and then they did sexual assault things, so...
Well, that's what you guys gotta do, right?
They didn't both do sexual
Okay, no, they
assault.
did not both do.
Griffin is
But
a
the
sweet,
we
sweet,
know
innocent
of.
boy, and don't you dare
That's
impugn
also
him.
true. No one is safe these days. But it's like... So all of the fans we have are people who, like, liked the original, but are, like, okay enough with the concept that they didn't want sexual assault to end. They're like...
Their concept?
Yeah, so... The whole thing's Ewan's idea, and this is not a lie. This is not me trying to shit blame. I hate video games. I'm on the record as saying I hate video games.
That's perfect.
This is true.
So it's all, like I can just say, yeah, it's all Ewan's fault. I have nothing to worry about.
This is entirely true. I was just like, hey, you want to do a podcast? He's like, yes. He's like, it matter that you hate video games? He's like, I'll do it anyway.
That sounds good.
And I've listened to almost none of the original, of the thing we spun off of.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so...
Don't tell our fans.
No, I
No,
think
they
we
know.
mentioned that in, like, the first episode,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so...
I think that
And then
works, though.
Ewan's always
Like,
got specific references. And you're like, I don't get that.
I joined. There was a Discord that was
Yeah.
made pre us, like so for the original podcast. I joined it once and scrolled up to see what people might have said about us, and I believe the critique that I saw was, one guy just likes monsters and the other one is just a bunch of old shitty sitcom references. And I'm like, that is the most accurate description of what my humor is that anyone's ever given.
Yeah.
And
That's perfect.
and I'm looking up and I have a Godzilla poster and a King Kong poster, so they're not wrong about me either.
I appreciate the sitcom references. I'm well versed in 80s sitcoms.
You see, the thing, I don't know why, but so I grew up in the 90s, obviously.
Well, me too. I was born in 85, so.
Right, so like you were around for like, you know, the Frasier and the Friends and the
all that.
You know, Becker was early 2000s. That was one of my niche favorites. But for some reason, maybe it's because I grew up in like a town of 11 people. That was a lie.
How many? This should be on the podcast though, but whatever. How many?
Well, we're on Twitch right now.
Just
so.
trust me. I will probably forget that I've already said this at some point and then go back into it. So
well, this will be on the podcast too, but it goes after the credits.
But what I was gonna say is that I think a lot of my stuff is that the cable channels that we got in my town were basically like TV Land and knockoff TV Land.
Okay.
So like so much of like I watched so much Monsters and Leave It to Beaver as a kid growing up in 1996 or whatever. So
yeah, I get that.
And the Dick Van Dyke Show, a bunch of old people.
I never watched the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Really?
Strangely.
I'm
Like
younger than you.
that's such a show that I would watch, but I haven't really watched it.
I'm younger than you, and I've watched more Dick Van Dyke Show than you.
Okay, let me get on my tweet salad here. Okay. We're live
You've
on
got
Twitch,
280 characters of relevant hashtags to create.
I know.
Draw
so there's a thing I do before every episode is tweet out the podcast link, but then I put like a billion hashtags in it to maximize our SEO. And now it takes double the amount of time to fill up all of my tweet with an
what
SEO.
have Twitter wrought?
I know. This time I'll actually mention what we're doing.
Yeah.
In the tweet.
And you could do the at Kewlgames Inc and whatnot. However Twitter works. And you should do Lena Dunham rocks and Lena Dunham sucks because it's the internet and that's all anyone cares about.
Dunham.
Don't forget.
What did Ashton Kutcher do?
He's our best friend.
He appears frequently in our video game ideas.
Okay.
I don't know why we do that.
It's like a weird obsession with that
Ashton
70s
Kutcher's
show.
got himself a hashtag trending here, so. Hashtag polls for songs. I usually look at what's in the trending tabs. Hopefully they're not racist things I'm tweeting, but whatever. I do what I can. It's Twitter, so you never know.
You've got a southerner on the podcast, so you can totally just say like, we just came with the territory.
Yeah, and TJ's from Illinois, which is basically the south of the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Illinois is like Yankee, Missouri, so.
Mm-hmm. Southern Illinois people have southern accents. It's unexplainable.
I have I do my absolute best to suppress my accent because when I was growing up it was really, really heavy. But I have what's known as an Ozarkian accent, which is mostly a southern accent, but I say weird shit like do what? Like, do what? Do what just means what did you say?
Oh man. This is rough getting through all these hashtags.
So many
What's
hashtags
going on these days.
Twitter started showing me like local Wisconsin trends. Like for some reason, Sun Prairie is trending for me because I guess like their high school team is state champs or something.
Boom. Tweet salad completed. Hashtag. Nice. Recording with Matt Haig Music and Kewlgames Inc. VN. Hashtag Lena Dunham rocks. Hashtag Lena Dunham sucks. Hashtag Ashton Kutcher. Hashtag polls for songs. Hashtag D3HKY.
I don't know what that is.
Herd. Hashtag add a turkey to a film. Hashtag I stand. Hashtag I kneel. Hashtag Twitter.
As is customary.
Gotta get both parts of that. Hashtag podcast. Hashtag Kewlgames. Hashtag accents. Hashtag Missouri. Hashtag Vancouver. Hashtag why only buy online. Hashtag Hamilton. Hashtag just the letter I because I only had 2 characters left. And look at that. We already got the retweet. Booyah. Let's get the work that SEO.
And we've got
mean we
Aaron
have
in
to
the
talk
chat
about
already,
Hamilton?
so we've got our
Absolutely
full
not.
live audience.
Is Twitch going?
I mean, I'm down to talk about Hamilton.
TJ is not here yet. He did say he was closing at work, so
Yeah.
he may be a bit on the slow side getting here. So we can always start. I don't know how late
I
you guys
invited
will stay
him.
up.
He
I don't know
might
what your
join
time is.
while he's driving home.
He works at a GameStop. Would you believe it? He licks his games.
We don't have GameStop in Canada. We have EB Games.
Oh
We used to
yeah,
have EB games.
electronics boutique. So classy.
Okay.
I'm down here in the his house. You know, the heezy.
Okay. Please don't. game crazy lady.
With all the players.
Are you still able to talk, Spanky?
I'm able to talk.
Weird. Okay, your microphone says it's mic'd or muted, but
That is weird.
it isn't.
I know. Yeah, like I can see that here.
Okay.
I'm just playing all my sounds.
Did it go away?
Let's.
That mute thing?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's gone now.
It
We can hear
it
you.
wasn't affecting your recording.
I know. It was worrying me.
Let me.
Oh, I found
grab...
it. Here you go, Aaron.
Get that paper.
There it is.
Goes for Aaron in the chat.
What, are sound effects a thing on this show?
Not really.
Occasionally.
Get a soundboard.
Matt likes to play with them. Oh, that
Yeah.
sounded bad.
Ooh.
Balls.
Let's balls.
All white balls.
Balls. Premier balls.
Beast balls.
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 Balls aplenty. Balls. Ball.
Balls.
The ball tangent.
Do a preferential ball treatment. Balls. Which ball? Balls.
Ball shift balls. We said balls a lot in that episode. We were talking about Pokemon, to be fair.
Well, okay. I guess I can forgive you.
Let's. I think we could start with that. TJ, do you want me to text him?
I think he'll
let's-
just join whenever.
Okay.
I
I'll
sent
adjust
him the
his audio
invite
on
when
the
we started. I'm assuming he'll just contact me if
Okay.
he needs a new invite.
So what I was going to do is introduce. We do an introduction, and it'll be. I'll introduce myself, and then Matt, and then TJ. If TJ's not here, we'll say TJ will be joining us. And then I will say we have guests this week, Euan and Spanky, or should it be the other way around?
It doesn't matter.
yeah, who gets
my
top billing?
goal-
I want you to fight right now about
My
who gets top
goal
billing.
is to have you guys break up during the show, so
Okay.
that's
That
part of the
happens,
reason.
I think, on a regular basis.
Uh-huh.
So, chances are high.
So I'll do you and Spank. It
been
doesn't
like-
really matter. You guys can
haven't-
introduce yourselves.
We haven't released an episode in like 16, 17 days now, so...
I know.
Oh, so you're basically
September's
dead in
over.
podcast terms.
I wonder if there's rumors that we've broken up, that we've had some kind of falling out.
This can be the reunion episode.
Oh my gosh, could our Brangelina name be Spewin'?
Oh,
I think it is. I think it is now for sure. And then I'll introduce you guys as the hosts of Kewlgames Inc Vancouver, cool podcast. And then we'll just kind of go. We're gonna do a segment we haven't done in how long? Maybe like 4
Years.
Oh man.
When was the last time we
where
had guests?
Quizbot.
Did
We had-
TJ was technically a guest, but before he was a host, did he get Quizbotted?
We didn't do Quizbot. And so Quizbot used to be a bunch of index cards that I had just random questions on that we made up. And we'd ask 5 random questions of our guests. We're going to do 6. We're going to ask both. And it's just weird questions, and we'll answer them and talk about it. And then after that, we can just kind of go on to the regular part of the show. I mean, that'll probably take up a large chunk.
sounds fun.
And and then we'll just go on. I don't know if you guys have listened to the show, but it's just kind of a conversation. Kind of talk about a little bit of the news.
Yeah, you've listened to all the episodes, right? What's your favorite?
Yeah,
Yeah,
have you listened to
it's
all 290 and then the 10 or 11 extra episodes that aren't numbered?
Oh yeah, I binged them last night.
Oh, good.
Oh,
All right. Yeah, so it'll be pretty freeform.
Sounds cool.
Yep.
Games Inc Vancouver. Hey.
That wasn't funny, Ewan.
Okay, I'll leave.
Oh.
Don't leave. You have to stay here for the podcast. I'm just going to shame you the entire time now.
Okay.
I earned that.
Let me just, as I'm paranoid, I'm gonna listen to levels for just a second,
Sure.
and then we'll get started. Matt, you're too loud. All right, Matt, can you talk again?
I'm talking. Is everything too loud or just my voice?
I think it's just your voice, but let me listen because you have audio playing now, so I can hear.
Okay, I turned my microphone down.
Okay.
Do,
All
do,
right.
do, 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 do,
I'll need you to
do,
talk
do,
again with your
do,
microphone
do,
down.
do, 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 do,
Spanky and Euan are great.
do,
I know,
do, 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 do. I'm new at this. I've never podcasted before.
Okay, I think we all sound good.
Us neither. Our podcast was a fake. It was all just a hoax.
So there's this funny thing, which I hope doesn't happen this time, but I'm pretty sure I fixed it, that happens during recording of our podcasts, where my voice, the driver for my microphone or something goes crazy, and my voice just gets like pitch shifted down, and I sound like a super like sexy man.
Nice.
We've yet to leave that in because I just don't want to explain why it happens.
I don't think we've even put it in the outtakes yet, have we?
Probably not.
Yeah, we just do these live, so if it happens, you can disconnect and reconnect and we'll be fine.
I am proud of that Halloween episode because I cut it out like seamlessly.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. Let's get started. That was it. Oh my god. Oh, Matt, do you have the Pikachu sound effect, please? That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
He has. The last one's my favorite one because it's barely
No,
audible.
it's just
like
a
death.
rumble. It's like Cerberus
It
at the
sounds like
gates
what
attack.
Satan sounds like.
Brr.
Okay. I'll start. Welcome to Born in
Are
the
we
80s,
starting now?
episode 291. Matt has ruined my intro yet again. You do this every time, so it goes in the outtakes.